This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for Dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban Hunkeros, Baghanaga hooks, humongous hungalonga no no logongas.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
I don't really care, Margaret.
Hello. I'm off. Basically, run.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them. With the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
But hey, that's just a theory. A theory.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels.
Why are you running? Let's take some dope.
I am like,
I have had hallucinations on weed before.
if I get that high,
Them babies, Alyssa. Disabilities. I wanted to finish Elden Ring, goddammit.
He's a piece of
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
the reason why DEI was put in place in the first place is incredibly disingenuous. Racism and sexism, people being discriminated against. This was put in place to try and
disillusioned young dudes.
white men or straight people. Someone's getting a job over them that doesn't deserve it. People are missing out on jobs that deserve it more than a person who's getting it because they're a woman or because they're black. These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash,
Money, well.
capitalism. Raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news. Morality, and now we're facing me as mortality. They lost the plot, we'll take a stand. These corporations must perish, will reclaim our land. Enough is enough, we
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. It's time again. It's that time of the week. It's the Sunday show. Sunday, where we all get together and we talk about some TV, formerly talking about really bad TV, really just goddamn fucking gut-wrenchingly bad TV. But we decided we were going to flip the script a while ago and we were going to talk about some good TV for a change. We were going to talk about TV that has an awful lot to do with being dead.
He's a Smee. He's a Smee. He's a Smee. He's a Smee.
Yeah, baby, that's right. We're going to talk about some Red Dwarf today. We have got to finish Series 2 today. Last week, we got interrupted by my impatient child who decided to get out of bed a little early and wake up Mummy, and Mummy woke me up from the stream, or you know what I mean. And then I had to go. So we have 2.5 episodes to get through today, which sounds like something we can reasonably do.
That's right.
I think.
I guess that makes us a group of 2.5 men. Bad, very bad.
It's all about the power of men.
Yes, yes.
I don't care as long as we all get beers and strippers by the end.
Indeed.
Anyway, it's good. It was unfortunate last time that I got interrupted, but we do have 2.5 episodes to get through, and I think we can do it. But then, don't trust me. I'm the guy who thought we would be able to do Rush News. So who the fuck? If you don't believe me, somebody go wake up TJAP Steve and tell him we're doing this. Yeah, we can do it. We've got a little bit of news. I want to talk about the Gina Carano thing because I haven't had an occasion to do it, even though I was desperate to go live and talk about it. Like, oh God, I was awake and aware of it 2 hours after the story broke, and I haven't been able to get online since. I had a lot going on, family stuff. Then my wedding anniversary, which was lovely. My first ever wedding anniversary. Went and bought my wife a nice little necklace and cooked her a very special dinner, a little bit of filet mignon, you know, and that was hard. I'm not trying it again anytime soon. It was successful. Then the bloody chick turned around, and I don't know where the hell she got it, but she got me a new tablet to replace my iPad. I'm like, where the hell did you get the money for this? She's like, you've been saying about it for like 2 years or something. I'm like, oh, okay, I see. Well, you know what? I was really happy. I sat up all night reading One Punch Man. It was fucking glorious. So that was really good. Anyway, we have got a lot to get through. And of course, it is WTF live. That's right, mother lickers. It's time not to take out the trash or clean up the latest and not so greatest freshly squeezed out bullshit from pop culture and politics. It's time to have a bloody good chat about whatever the hell's going on and some quality television. So if that floats your boat, then you stay with us right now as we introduce the rest of the panel. Of course, it's John, it's Rhoda, and it's Helzo. John, what's going on, man?
Oh, not too much at the moment. I watched these episodes last night. Then I played some Death Stranding for a few hours. I'm very close to finishing the road, so I'll be able to continue on the storyline soon. And then I took a little nap and then watched the episodes again. So, it's...
You bastard. That's the one thing I didn't get to do today.
I debated on it. I was like, I could watch these again right now, or
I could rub his face in it, or I could
I can put episode 5 on, fall asleep to it, and then set an alarm so I can wake up and catch the rest. And then I was greeted to you saying we were starting half an hour later, so I was like, fuck it, I'm getting another 20, 30
Well,
minutes.
about 3 hours ago, I was like, it's about time I took a nap because I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning, and it's going to be a late one. And no sooner had I done that than I suddenly thought, hang on a minute. My family are in the bedroom. They're not in the kitchen. I don't smell any food. What's going on? And it turns out, yes, there were no dinner plans at all, and I had to sort it out. So that's why I haven't slept. But I'm glad you got to, buddy.
Yeah, no, I feel good and refreshed. I got my coffee, so everything is good to go. So let's fucking do this thing.
I got my coffee.
Indeed. Yeah.
With a capital B.
I had coffee like that. I had coffee like that yesterday. Actually, it was.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah. Well, it's a local. Right. Local distillery. They do ciders. It's from my state. Anyway, and they've got they call it a lemon shandy cider. So it's like but it's really good. It's really
cider cut with lemonade. Yeah, that's what a shandy is.
Yeah. So yeah, I know.
And it drops the alcohol from about 7 to about 3% as well.
Well, this is still 5.5. So they must be putting it in towards the end of the mix though, because you can really taste the lemon oil from the rinds and everything.
Oh my god, they're making artisan shandy now.
I mean, it's a hard cider with lemons in it. This company, they do all sorts of interesting.
Yeah, where shandy was invented, you get lager, right, and you get lemonade, and you go like that.
Oh yeah. No, I used
that's
to do that
how you make
time.
a shandy.
Yeah,
it's what you give to 13-year-olds at birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I used to do that. But it's summer. It was hot.
No diddy, okay, no diddy. Yeah. It's just
but yeah, no, I figured why not get some hard cider lemonade for the summer. So that's what I was drinking yesterday.
Noel knows what's about. It's all about a dick cider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god!
If you haven't seen that,
that took me a couple of seconds.
There's a really good YouTube video about that I urge you guys to, not right now, but at your leisure, go and find. It's a funny little commercial. Well, it's not a commercial. It's a sketch. It's a comedy sketch, but for a fake cider brand called Dickens Cider that's marketed to women.
Yeah.
And it's
all
just,
the ladies love.
My sister can't go 20 minutes without a Dickens cider, stuff like that. Beautiful. We love you, Australia.
Best
sort yourselves out.
Commercials.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, John, you done?
I suppose so. I mean, I do have to go give my machete away to Australia, I guess. But yeah.
Oh yeah, what was that? I remember there was something about that, right? Yeah. Oh shit, I almost know what you're talking about because I was sort of listening to.
They're setting up drop boxes for machetes because clearly, it's not enough to take people's guns away. You also have to make sure that they don't have the means to cut.
What are you gonna do? Cut people's hands off?
Put people in bubbles.
I mean,
the bubble, so they
the UK doesn't allow for ninja swords, so I guess
well, that's bullshit. I bought a katana at the London Comic Con, and I carried it on the London Underground, and then later on the Overground train back to Bedfordshire. And no one said a fucking word as I got on the train with a samurai sword. So whatever. Anyway. But whatever. Anyway, Rhoda, what's up?
About Australia.
Yeah, really, really good. So I finally got all of my setup working again, which means I can actually stream again. So I will be actually getting back on top of my own channel as well as other people's. So that's going to be fantastic.
You're going to get on top of other people? Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's me.
You have goals, man.
So I kind of.
That moment when I realized I'm one of those other people that he was talking about. It's my channel. All right, go on.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually put out a video today, literally about half an hour ago.
And now he's
god.
Yeah.
He's putting out too. My god, he's getting on other people and putting out. What the
Totty.
You're a piece of totty, mate. Nah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's good that you got a video out, man. That's great. I had such a long spell without any videos, just live streams, and it's no good for the algorithm. It's great for the audience you have, which is lovely, and we love you for being here. But trying to grow your audience, no videos, goose egg. You'll lose subs. So good that you're back on the horse, man. What's
I
next?
did only lose one sub.
It's on horse.
Oh, I lost about 18.
Well, I've only got 67 anyway. But yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be
Drop
all
your
right.
link in the chat there, Rhoda.
It'll start going back in the right direction.
Guys,
again.
why the fuck does he only have 60 something subs? What the hell's wrong?
Yeah,
because I didn't
Got
do
like
anything.
a third of that watching right now, and this is a very small stream with a very intimate audience.
right.
Some of you are not subbed to Rhoda. Go and I almost said Yoda. Sorry. Go and sub to Yoda. Right? Subscribe to him, really.
I got 348 subs, and I don't even put shit out for like the last 6. Come on.
Go
people.
and subscribe to Rhoda right now. We will be here when you get back.
Indeed.
For fuck's sake.
Go
Open a new
another tab.
Yeah, even on your phone you can do that these days. All right,
so
cool.
there's a new music video up and 2 older music videos still up, and all my old streams are still up. Final Fantasy, Mario, Sonic, and of course Tomb Raider, which is kind of like our main series.
Nice. That's awesome that you're doing all those kind of inspired things. That's great. You should. And hello, Toasty, in the chat, by the way.
Hello, Toasty.
Toasty. All right, Helzo, what's up, buddy?
Been doing well. Got rid of a fucking nasty cold this whole week, but apparently I
Nothing
hit
a little of this won't do to solve it.
Absolutely, that was a huge help for me. I apparently hit a good nerf with the video that I made because it blew up. In regards to my channel, it blew up. I have like 5.2 thousand views on it, like 400 comments, and I gained a bunch of subs. I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did with that video. I just talked about conspiracy theories and how everyone wants to control us. So the usual stuff. But
algorithm.
My channel was in the gutter for like the past 2-3 months. I was like pulling out video and I would get like 50 views or something. And this started blowing up. Okay. Anyways, but it was a good one. And today I had a pretty nice stream, like very nice stream. And Mr. Nobody basically blew up my the
always all
super chat
around,
meter. Yeah, English is not
As long as he worked the shaft, I don't care.
He filled it all the way up. So yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
All right, I'm sorry, I had to. All right, like
that's the first time I've had this, so I feel honored.
Oh,
anyway,
well.
it was a good week.
So you're being experimental.
Absolutely. Open-minded.
Wonderful.
The max. And of course, I happen to be here to this culturally appreciated. Fuck. Excellent.
Well, there we go. DramaticaLaur, Will, did you see the panel's crappy drawing I did for Steve's $20 last stream? No, I didn't. Where was it? DM it to me. Are you on Twitter?
It's in the pics section on the Discord.
Oh, is it? All right, sweet. I've been barely there this last couple of days. I usually sort of lurk and read what everyone's talking about and don't say anything, and every now and then I drop in with something to say. But I'll load it up and I'll have a look at my leisure. In the meantime, then, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, nothing in between ever, welcome to WTF Live. Yes, we've got a lot to talk about. Tons, actually, as it goes. We've got basically 3 episodes of Red Dwarf to talk about, but of course we've also got to talk about the Gina Carano situation. So we're gonna go on with that because I want to know what you guys think, because I know what I think. I'm sort of a good, bad, good news sandwich with me. But in the meantime, I want to hear what everyone has to say, including the chat, about anything in particular. So if you got something to tell us, even if it's complete bollocks and has nothing to do with anything, we take bribes. I know. Amazing, isn't it? So if you got something to say, tape it to some money, throw it through my window. I will have to reply to it. And of course, don't forget to join the bloody Grift Force. Get your emojis, get your spears out for Athe, do all of the above, and you will have some good times. All right.
And share the stream. Come on.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I forgot to give him his cue.
The stream.
Share the stream.
There it is. There it is. It's actually a thing. You should share the stream. And if you are feeling a little bit frisky, I'm pretty sure DramaticaLaur knows how to instruct you on how to furiously click the love button for maximum pleasure. And we will all appreciate it too. Because the faster you hit it, the more people will come.
Indeed.
Yes.
I just realized I didn't need to say another fucking word.
I mean, Laura is getting pretty hot and bothered. I mean, she's over in the chat hitting on me again. Like, because it is established. It is established. It is part of the DramaticaLaur, as it were. That she likes the older men, and she keeps John's old. Well, wishful thinking, my dear. Wishful thinking.
I'm your master. You are my possession. Don't raise up on me. I'm old now. I'm old now.
Old, but do you like it that old? Anyway, there we go. I know, fucking crazy. Take it easy, grandpa, says NPC. All right, let's talk about the Carano thing for a little while, anyway, before we get into Red Dwarf, because I like to do at least one news thing. And holy hell, guys, there's no Doctor Who to talk about. I literally exhausted it. Finally, the Doc has not come back. But there you go. Yeah, no, I mean, Doctor Who, fuck Doctor Who, man. I'm so goddamn tired of that shit. The best thing I can come up with is an old Mr. TARDIS video that I very much want to roast alive. But that's a solo job, not a panel thing. And I'll have my fun with that when I get time. But what we have in the meantime is arguably a victory, arguably not. And this is a difficult one because I've been doing the Gina Carano lawsuit grift for 2 years at this point. And even before that, I've been a staunch supporter of Gina Carano. Every tiny little win that she could possibly have got against the mouse, I've been reporting on it since this channel has existed. Like first month, at least, I was making Carano videos. So at this point, it's like the end of an era. Like the lawsuit is over. It's done. It's dusted. Disney were clearly petrified of what she might be able to recover or uncover from them. And so they settled. And I'm sure for no small amount of money. I don't know what it is. I don't know anyone who does know what it is, but I imagine it's probably 7 figures minimum, 8 maybe.
I'd say
more likely 8.
I'd say 8.
I'm thinking low level 8.
Yeah, frankly. I'm thinking because like years of work missed out and things like that. It's I'm assuming at least an 8 figure amount.
Yeah,
and with a nice NDA.
With a very nice NDA, yeah. We'll probably never hear any more about it, which irritates the piss out of me. So this is the good news, bad news sandwich. The bad news sandwich, right? You know how you're supposed to give people bad news. You give them something positive, then something negative, and then something positive again, right? Yeah. So the way I see it, Gina Carano has defeated Disney.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah, I did talk about this yesterday on the Weekend Culture, and if you want to show everybody the thumbnail I made for it, I think it actually came out pretty well.
Where is it?
It's in the share screen. It's down below.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this and put this on. There we go.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty well. Right?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I assembled all. Those are all separate elements. Like when I found the UFC arena, I was like, this plan's gonna come together, and yeah, I think
that's pretty nice. Yeah, not bad at all. But anyway, so on the one hand, right, if you look at this from the perspective of a woman who was scorned, she has been made whole, and that is a very good thing. That's a wonderful thing. If you care about Gina Carano, that should be the number one priority. But I'm a YouTuber and I detest Disney, and the grifter in me wants to know what the fuck they settled to hide. What the hell was gonna come out in that Discovery? And I see a few people have made some kind of negative videos about this. That's fine if maybe they were more interested in taking down Disney than the personal plight of Gina Carano, and that is fine. That's totally fine as a position to have, and probably a better one than mine, frankly, if for the good of the culture. But I completely understand. This is a fucking shakedown. We've been locked out. There would have been a leak. Eventually, we would have seen all the horrible, fucking vile shit that these tranoid supporting Lugabutaka activists, child, hair cutting, Disnoids were saying to each other about her.
That internal slack, I'm assuming that is the whole reason that this
I bet that's it.
This settled is because that internal Slack account.
If that ever saw the light of day,
yeah, that would, and I'm sure that is, and this is the thing,
and it must have been so filthy that it would rattle the whole company for years.
Right. And I think ultimately, like, the lawyers were going to stall and delay this thing and use their power to slow it down
and they failed.
Right. And they would have, and so, like, to be honest, like, and that's the way that I look at it, and that's why I don't get too bent out of shape about it, is this was either going to drag on for years if they could have found a way to slow it down, or they were just like, all right, fine, just pay her now. Before,
do you not think that, like, at this point they settled because they were out of ways to slow it down?
That's exactly what it is.
Back to the wall kind of thing.
Yes, because I'm assuming it would have gotten to the discovery phase had it not been for this, and so they're like, cash payout, give her a big enough number that she can at least kind of, like, that's why I'm saying it's got to be at least, like, an 8-figure amount, because if it were like $5 million, why would she, not?
No one would. She wouldn't do it for $5 million. It's got to be. It's got to be 5 times that at least.
Yeah.
That's a very good amount to
it's got to be. It's got to be enough to not only make her whole, but her kids. It's got to be. Well, she doesn't have kids, but it's got to be like generational wealth for her family.
Yeah. Right. Something so large that it's like, all right, do I want to sit here and wait for 5 years for all this to get drawn, or because I mean, it's,
to be honest, even that, the amount I'm spitballing there, even that now sounds a little low to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
I think
I can tear your company to shreds.
Right.
Like, what are they going to throw at you? Yeah, maybe 50. I don't know.
I mean, considering how many millions they lose a quarter off their shitty productions, like, this is, they can easily justify burning off $1 million a week for, for every year. Like, they burn through that. Like, so this is, I think that,
I mean,
it's got to be a sizable enough amount, because she had him dead to rights, and I'm sure that they knew.
She did, right? She did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you two other guys think about this?
Well, it's slightly different angle. It's like, because Disney have kind of gotten away with it and not, like, had to air their dirty laundry in public. It doesn't matter how much money they've had together. It leaves them free to do it again to somebody else. That's true. That's a disappointing thing.
That is disappointing. You're right. And if it was almost anybody else, I would probably be more angry. But I really like Gina Carano. I really think that she's the salt of the earth, and I don't think she deserved any of this. And I'm glad she's got her pound of flesh, per se, from Disney. The bad news is exactly what you said. But I don't know. Helzo, what do you recommend?
I don't know exactly what her end goal was to achieve with this. She
Well, they
might
did
have
say at
not
one point that they were not going to settle no matter what. Although I'm not sure if it was her who said that or if it was Elon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But the fact is that they did manage to settle, and I probably the things that she has on Disney, they're also going to damage potentially a lot of innocent people, like people who are just working there, because with the big twigs there, also the people who just work there and try to make an honest living are gonna burn as well. And maybe that's something that also sways her. But again, the way you said it, it's gotta be at least 8-figure, and I don't think even at this point, from what it was said, it's a low 8 figures.
It's got to be a sizable amount, enough that she won't bother them again.
Also, I think someone from Disney told, if I read it correctly, that they're actually now going to try to look for opportunities to work with her again.
Yeah, and
So,
that's the.
I don't know how that exactly is gonna work. That's gonna be, if that happens, that's gonna be bad.
I think that's going to be bad for her.
Right.
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's going to be very bad.
And that's why I would say I hope that it was enough money that she easily made the amount of being how they say highest paid actor for a movie or something. She effectively got paid out for a movie that she'll never have to make. And I swear, if she
2 seasons of a TV show that she was
right. She definitely should not work with them, though, because I think that they are so petty that they will try to find a way to discredit her. And
I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if we ever see her want to work with them again. I think if she's got any sense, she will take that money and invest it, wherever it is. I don't know. But let's be honest, you or I could probably get by for the rest of our lives and do enough for our kids with a couple of million.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Easy. Yeah. And so she's in the position where she might be able to, I don't know. I don't know what she'll do, but if it was me, I would create something, potentially a studio, or, for me, it would probably be a game studio, but a place where people can make quality entertainment, and maybe she can be in it. Maybe she can just exec produce or something. She doesn't need to act again. She doesn't need to be doing any of this shit.
I don't think she will.
No, I'd be surprised. Honestly, I think she's tired. I think
at least she's not going to be in any big production. She might agree to do some passion project, that she would personally like. She's invested in emotionally, like let's say she likes it and doesn't care about the money. Because at this point, if she's paid as much as we are discussing, I wouldn't care about how much if I'm even going for free there. I like this idea. I'm gonna appear that it's gonna give you cred because she's famous, and she's now going to receive a ton. By the way, a ton of. She's gonna be just like Johnny Depp. She's going to be receiving fuck ton of invites for everything.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if
you actually see this article that I've got on the screen, which I don't care if we read it or we don't, but it's basically riddled with platitudes, and she was right all alongs, and yet Deadline, who also are responsible for multiple hit pieces on her during all of the shit that happened since the beginning of 2021. Ever since she got laid off. Or fired rather, it's been hit piece, and now the media are turning around, they're changing their tune, which is cool,
as per usual.
And the last piece of the sort of good news sandwich really is, okay, a lot of people saying, this is bad because it sets Disney up to do it again. It also tells a lot of people that they can sue the fuck out of this company if they get the right support, and they might be able to if they've got a little bit of a name for themselves. They might be able to reach out, get the right kind of support, and Disney will never be able to fucking do a damn thing about it, because any discovery that comes out about them might include discovery about this, and they'll do anything to avoid ever tarnishing what a hateful fucking little environment they were fostering in that company. So it's kind of mutually assured destruction, which I think is a brave new world for Disney. It's like, okay, so you're going to fire someone for their political beliefs? Okay. Or you're going to not hire someone for their political beliefs? Well, what happens when they go to Elon Musk?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't even need,
I
like,
think you might
surprisingly easy to get in touch with them, by the way, with Elon, once you make the news.
Yeah. Exactly.
You guys get around X.
By the way, John, I can still see your screen. You might
Yeah, I
wanna
know. I was going to
put
say
that
this
down.
is well, no, this is Laura's, thing that she was talking about her job.
Okay. We'll talk about the super chats then, because I did mean to. Sardoc spam fish for £5. That's right, baby. Legitimate freaking currency right there. And he says, huh? What? No mention of the show that shall not be named today? No. Frankly, no. Says, this is great. Champagne. Champagne for everyone. Yay. Got a lot of them. Seamless Sunday. That's what we're doing. We're moving on. Just like the shill tubers should, but won't ever. DramaticaLaur is here for $2.99. Thank you. Says, John, you can my bloody nose tissue and sick germs. And whatever that is.
Oh,
looks like it looks like like a sanitary towel or something. I don't know what I wish there was a verb in that sentence, because I want to know what you can. Oh, bloody no. Lick, sniff, fart, shart, like what can you do to her bloody nose tissue? And
Yes. Aced? I don't know. It's like, again,
kissed.
I don't know. Look,
what is it, Laura?
I understand that you got
oh, you can have it. You can have it.
I think the emoji is supposed to
It's
be
fine.
a germ as well.
Yeah, it is a germ.
Oh, it is. It's a germ. Of course, it's a little germ, isn't it? Yeah.
Wants to give me her cooties. It's just all right.
It's like pushing you around in the playground, man. I've never been more convinced that there is a crush happening right here.
I mean, I have never been this consumed by a woman's time and attention since, well,
Yes! 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 Oh my!
It's okay though. It's okay. Feel how you need to.
She says she has a photo of her bloody nose tissue as well, if you want it. I don't know. Is this the new dick pic, sick pic?
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. I don't know. I won't pretend to, because I have other things that I got to do. T-Jab Steve is here for $20, and you're going to have to give me a second, because apparently StreamYard is being gay again, and I need to refresh. So please hold on for one moment.
Indeed.
Bye.
So Laura.
And then there were 3.
Indeed. Somehow we'll get through this together, separately, worlds apart.
Right, can I scroll now? May I? Stupid fucking platform. Useless. T-Jab Steve, the man, the myth, the legend, for $20.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real set of badonkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger Bankhanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
Hey there. It says, with the settlement, however, do you think any studio is going to risk hiring her again? You see, this is the thing. I don't know if she cares about being hired as an actor again. I don't know. Like, I watched her, and she's a beautiful woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I watched her start to look a little frayed.
Yeah.
And that's not afraid. Frayed,
Right.
like a rug.
Right.
You know, little bit kind of knackered looking, little bit exhausted looking. When she was on Tucker, for example, I was like, oh dear, she looks exhausted. You know, I just don't know that she will need to work again.
I think that would be part of the settlement amount, is to ensure that, you know, it's like anything that she does at this point in time is because she chooses to.
Yeah, I mean, I think what she might do is like go in, like Will was saying earlier, like investment wise, she might go in with like a couple of other Hollywood exiles and actually start a studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'd do if I was her.
Right. And I don't think
That's what
other
I would
studios really have much to worry, other than the fact that Disney owns pretty much most things. But I mean, she was not the problem, and time has shown that, you know, and through the discourse of all this, with Disney being like, yeah, please let us settle, let us settle, please, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did everything they could to avoid it. They pulled every string they had. They tried to block it. They tried to motion to dismiss. They tried everything they could possibly do to stall it, slow it down.
Yeah.
And then they realized, like, look, we're pissing in the wind here. This chick's got us dead to rights.
When the Disney lawyers can't stop this, you've got a case. Yeah, and
you've got the mother of cases.
Yeah.
And she for sure had a case, because what did she actually do? Right? She compared. And this is something I've noticed. I've watched a lot of my favorite channels get this completely fucking wrong. Like they've all forgotten what actually happened. She made a post with a picture of some Jewish people running through the streets of Germany in the 1930s, being chased by, arguably, their neighbors and their fellow citizens. And she argued that before the Big H happened, people were incentivized by the government to turn on and rat out their neighbors.
Right.
And the same exact fucking behavior was being encouraged by the overlords of the universe in response to some people saying they don't want to put an experimental substance in their bodies. An experimental substance that has since yielded multiple dead bodies, arguably, allegedly.
Right.
And she said that the encouragement by the powers that be to turn on your neighbors, to turn on your friends, is exactly the beginning of the slippery slope that led to the Big H. And that's all she said.
This was
and you know, the people who got offended by her saying that were the people that were committing those atrocities.
Yeah, they were the ones who didn't want to feel bad for virtue signaling about a vaccine. Helzo, what were you going to say, man?
I can confirm that what she said is actually completely true, and I have seen it personally here when the things were happening in those 3 years. You were banned from establishments if you didn't have a green passport.
I couldn't get a new apartment.
Yep.
I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't. They were threatening to be even checking us outside in the middle of the day, like just going to the store or a walk. They didn't allow people to go outside. You couldn't leave the city. You couldn't leave your fucking city even to go and be somewhere that you want.
Oh, I know. It was horrifying. It was here too. The same thing.
The measures that they were taking were so inconsistent,
draconian,
so idiotic. No, they weren't even. If it was draconian and just overall pressuring, I would say they were
dehumanizing.
They were stupid.
That's right too. Dehumanizing is good.
Yes,
totalitarian, then maybe.
Correct.
I remember I had to leave the country because I have to leave until I finally get a copy of my marriage certificate, and it's been a year and change now. I'm still on a temporary visa, and I can only get a residence visa once I have a paper copy of my certificate, because everything's fucking paperwork here. But back then, if I would have to leave on this date because I'd been here for 3 years during the lockdown and everything, and I had to leave like early 2022 or something like that, or 23, and there was no ifs, ands, or buts, and I have to do it. But at the same time, they had this law that you can't get on a plane without a fucking vaccine. And a week before I absolutely had to leave, they let that law, they let it go. So all you needed was a negative test. So I had to go get tested. And of course it was negative. But Like I remember just like fuck, I was so lucky. I was almost had to go and get one of those fucking
forced.
jabs.
Yep.
But
No,
I am
lived in
still
the-
a pure blood.
Yeah, no,
Thankfully.
I lived in Seattle at the time. That was one of the big lockdown society cities here in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I worked for a naturopathic holistic doctor's office that is staunchly against vaccines, and I'm the guy who lost his job because I wouldn't get the vaccine.
The world went nuts, man. They went nuts.
Right. And then without a job, like my apartment was tied to, my housing was part of my payment, basically. And so lost job, lost my apartment, wasn't vaccinated, so I couldn't even find a new place to live. And so that's ultimately how I ended up. Yeah, I like
treating people like fucking dogs, man, like vermin.
Yeah, because that was the first question you would get is you'd be looking for an apartment. Are you vaccinated? And it's like yeah.
No.
And so I couldn't even look for a new apartment. I had to move back to the Midwest.
They came this fucking close, man. They came this close.
Yeah.
To get us all under the thumb.
Yeah. They managed to close the world. They proved that they managed to close the fucking world in a matter of
world. For a little while,
the snitching part, by the way, the snitching part was also true. Like,
right.
It was back in socialist times here. Like people were like, "Oh, he's not vaccinated." Do you know that we in our building we have people that are still not vaccinated?
Right, and the sad
there you go. That's exactly what Carano was talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and the sad thing is for all these people who complain about late stage
capitalism, Jews in your building. You got Jews in your building, like, yeah.
Right? Exactly. And but
I'm not saying it.
That's the sad thing about all this, though, is all this talk about late stage capitalism. No, capitalism is what kept us safe from shit like that.
Yeah,
and that's why they destroyed small business. Mom and pop owned shops and destroyed the worldwide economy for small.
It was all about taking out the middle class, man.
Right. And now we deal with this globalist driven corporatism, but
they lost.
Yeah.
Thank fuck. Thank you. No, I'm not even going to say thank God. I'm going to say thank you, whoever you are out there watching or not watching. Every single person who stood up and said, fuck this noise, I'm not doing it. You can kiss my ass. They can't stop all of us. Thank you.
And all the
you saved the world.
All the censorship talk that's going on right now. That was always in the plan.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to crowbar it in now because they're trying to keep with the timeline to get to 2030. Well, good news for us. They haven't ham-fisted it now. We're noticing things a lot more anyway. So you better believe we're going to notice this shit. Anyway, to continue. They paid to make her go away. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. But all the studios know she'll sue if they drop her contract and nobody else has Disney money to spend. That's right. Well, no, I don't think she'll work again. And again, I don't know that I'm sure she enjoyed it a lot. I don't know that she needs to ever act again, even unless she wants to fund her own movies or something, which again I would encourage, because God knows we need a fucking based movie studio these days, a few extra ones anyway, and maybe some that are less pious about it as well would be nice. But yeah, if whatever she does, I don't think she'll be acting in Hollywood blockbusters again. I think it's nice to know that she has an invite, but if I were her, I'd take the high ground and say, fuck that noise. I'm not doing it.
And it's not like there's anything good for her to do now that they've gone and fucked up Red Sonja. I mean, that was a movie that was made for Gina Carano to
if they made it like 10 years ago and had her drop about 20 pounds for it, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, well, but the body's very elastic. You get a good personal trainer, and it's not as though she hasn't done her whole life UFC training.
That's why I said
gaining and
that's why it'd be easy for her to do that. Yeah,
She's
easy.
43, right?
So
she's 43, right? So that's
somewhere around there.
She can still do it. She's an athlete.
Absolutely.
She knows exactly how to slim down or bulk up for a fight. Yeah.
So
she could do it, but I don't think she needs to, and I kind of hope she doesn't. Honestly, if it was up to me and I was like, someone close to her and she asked me what I think she should do, I'd say nothing for a year, get your head right, and then decide maybe if you want to go back to creating things See if there's a way you can do it that doesn't involve any studios, even if you're not the actor.
That's right. As your
And then
non-pederast legal counsel and healthcare advisor. This is
just as a mate, I would say, why not set something up for other people to make stories, and you can choose which stories you make, and
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 if you want
fund
to
a
pop
couple
in,
of indie films.
like Hitchcock, and just do like little whatevers there within it.
Yeah,
cool. But yeah,
I mean that's what I would. That's what I would be doing
if
if I had what we speculate is the money that they might have paid her to shut her up forever. If I had that kind of money, I would probably start a game studio and a movie studio.
Yeah. And people are gonna eat that up, especially now with all the fatigue from big movies and all the shift towards passion
The
projects.
culture has completely changed from 2020.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's got to be it's got to be such a large number, because when they did all their stalling tactics and they didn't pan out, and they knew that Discovery was right around the corner, I bet you they're the ones who said, "All right, what would it take for
We're
us
out of
to
options here. We're just gonna have to try and pay her off.
And you also might imagine that they tried different amounts.
Oh yeah, I would imagine they probably had 2 or 3 offers, because she and Elon said they would never sell.
Right, and that's why I'm also thinking it's got to be a really big number, because you have to remember too, like the way Disney is centered is all about risk aversion. That was the whole reason that they tried to get rid of her, because she was pointing out risk,
and she became the biggest threat to them that they possibly had. And they would throw all the money they have at that. Anyway, there you go. TJAP Steve, thank you very much for the $20, man. Appreciate it. Guys, you are exceeding my expectations for this bar already, but please keep it going. It makes the world go round over here. TJAP Steve for another $5, for fuck's sake, legend. He says if she works with Disney again, I guarantee they will do her character dirty. Cara Droon starts the First Order. I guess she can go indie films, maybe. I don't believe that they would do. I think they're as childish as you obviously do as well, Steve. Yeah, I agree. I think they would find little ways to shit on her.
Yep.
And she would probably recognize it, and it would be another shit show. Just look, if you're not going to tear the company to shreds through a discovery process that would be the worst Disney's ever had, then literally just get the fuck away and go and do a thing that, a little thing. You don't, I mean, people make movies for like $2 million and they're decent.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to fund a little based movie. She could do that if she's inclined.
That would be cool.
But again, I don't know. I don't know her. I barely know people who do know her. I'm very, very, very loosely affiliated with a couple of people who do know her. But if that's what she would be interested in doing, then I would strongly recommend that. Get some distance and take creative control of something that you think will be good for this universe.
Yeah.
That would be it. Because control is what it's all about. Smegheads is here, gifting 5 Grift Force memberships like a freaking legendary Smeghead himself. Smeg to the heel.
He's a Smeg. He's a Smeg. He's a Smeg. He's a Smeg. Hey.
And if you want to remind me what was big heads who got one of those memberships, by all means, use those custom emojis.
Big time luck. Yeah, get some rimmers in the chat if you are one of the people who got one of them. Appreciate you all, of course.
Rim it all the way.
Always rim it all the way. Rimmer. Okay, you know the chess game. Anyway. UAFOmega's here. Hello, my friend, says Rainbow Monkey greets you all.
Hello.
Interesting. Rainbow Monkey.
Would you give us the next chapter of that story? Because hello, Rainbow Monkey. Why are you a rainbow monkey?
I know. I was going to say, isn't Pride Month over?
Are you gay?
Rainbow Monkey, is that
gay? Right? That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like, yeah, it's just, hello, Rango. I don't know why I have to talk like that. You know, fucking Zippy.
He's either likes bananas or he's high as fuck from mushrooms.
I mean, his eyes look like he's on.
He's got the freaky fungus. Is that what you're saying?
If you don't know Zippy, Rainbow is a British children's show from the 70s and 80s. And back then, it was all puppets and stuff. Maybe you're familiar with Sooty. Do you know Sooty? Don't know. Okay. So you've never seen Rainbow either then. Well, we have a character from Rainbow whose name was Zippy. His name was Zippy because his mouth is a zip.
Okay, I've seen that before. I just didn't know.
That's Zippy. Yeah.
Okay.
And to be quite honest, he looks like he's just dropped some acid or done some DMT or something. And he always talks like this because he's got such a wide mouth, you know. And also, he's like a Brummie or a Mank or something. But the fact is that no one in the UK realized that the show was called Rainbow because every single person on the cast was, you know, was a.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
Good. Anyway,
yeah, I remember the episode when George wouldn't come out of the closet.
Right. Yeah. There was a pink hippo called George too, and a bear, a literal man in a bear suit called Bungle.
What was the bear called?
Bungle.
Bungle.
It was hosted by a man called Jeffrey, who was a bit of a skinny boy who hung out with this bear.
Also, he chose the bear.
A bear called Bungle, and had these two puppets called Zippy and George. And we all loved it.
Indeed. Curious George zipping it. Fuck you.
Yeah. And when Zippy became too loud, they would zip him up, and then and because his fingers are so big and dense and furry, he wouldn't be able to undo it himself. Eventually, he would actually undo it himself, but you're the puppet guy with the hands, you know.
Yeah. It's not easy.
No, but there you go. DramaticaLaur for $7.99. That's right. Says, I met a guy at uni. Well, lucky you. Who knows Mucka Pucka? Who are you talking about, Mucka Pucka? And I forgot what that is already from the other day.
Oh no.
Do I have to look it up again? Do I?
I don't know if you want to, but it's.
Oh, that fucking thing. Yeah, it's the Down syndrome Teletubby. I forgot about it. Yeah. That's it. Oh.
What the? Oh yeah, I know drugs were a thing in the 70s, but come on.
Time for Tubby come down. Tubby come down.
Wait, this is not actually from the 70s. This is from
That's
the
why
2000s.
they talk like that. Because they can't speak because they're so strung out. That's why. So no chance, John. I think guys find it attractive when I spin around in circles on wheelie chairs class.
Okay.
Hey.
Like, you just blew my mind.
Yep.
Everything I had assumed has just been roundly destroyed by
Well, you know, somehow I will soldier on without DramaticaLaur.
I reckon his Nihon girlfriend will be all right with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Smegheads is back, member now for 5 months. It says, missed the RD stuff. Red Dwarf, really? Real life issues? You're still a Smegger. Right back at you, you son of a gun. And that's a Ace Rimmer reference. Also a reference to me squared. And you know what? Fuck it. Because it's you. I guess we can.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. Hey.
All right, gentlemen, we are done with the news. We can talk about Red Dwarf. So, do you remember where we had got to? And you're going to have to give me a minute because I have
We were
since
about the
last week-
halfway point.
Yeah, it was when his head came out of the table, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Kinda, yeah. Don't
But you're
do
gonna
that.
have to give me a moment or two because since last week I have put a new hard drive in my PC and moved all my files. So
No
just
worries.
bear with me.
Speaking of new hard drives, there was evidently a delay at the last moment. Tomby, he said he was going to be sending me that PC like a week or so ago, and he evidently was doing like a final check. And Tomby, you know, wonderful guy that he is, he's actually like he's refurbed the thing. He's got like a new switch for it, put a new
Legend.
and yeah, he put a new SSD drive in there. Installed Windows up to the point that now I just have to go in and personalize it and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Tomby's great.
Right. Hang on. Let me make this approximately the right size.
Indeed. That's what she said.
Yeah. Never fails. Anyway, oh, by the way, we passed the halfway point on the bar. And so
money, print money, cash, money,
wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash,
money, wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money,
super chat
money.
As salty as the sea, calling us code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Yeah,
baby, appreciate everybody for helping to fill up the bar. It's it really makes a big difference. Actually, we've had a lot going on this fucking last couple of days. It just occurred to me actually that I never did get around to showing the picture.
Yeah, I'd say I've got it prompted for you if you want to just.
No,
pull
it's
it up.
fine. I've got it myself. It's okay. I wanted to see what this picture is going to look like. So hang on a second while I temporarily disable that and bring up the picture. That's cute. That's really cute.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I actually like that a lot. Hang on, let me make it fit.
Yeah,
I was expecting a much bigger roast than that, but no, we
have James Hetfield and 2 Bob Rosses.
Yeah, so there's me.
You sure? Oh yeah, okay.
I'll take it. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I wish my beard was that color. And you got the Triforce. The Triforce is there. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, can't argue with that. There's John looking like Revolver Ocelot, apparently. Where's he gone? There he is.
I am back. I went to close the sharing screen and hit the wrong button.
All right. You look like Revolver Ocelot to her.
Yep.
So can you cut off your hand and scream my hand or my arm or whatever it is? Learn to rotate pistols like RoboCop and you'll be all right.
I have been compared to now Revolver Ocelot and Liquid Snake, who actually is the arm of Revolver Ocelot. So I guess it's within canon.
And then there's Rhoda too, yeah, with the slightly less curved hat. And wait a minute.
Don't forget. Did you mention the owl? Because the owl's in there too.
Oh, the owl's there too. Yeah. The owl's there. Those buttheads kicked me out of their stream.
The owl was actually, owl was.
The owl has more detail than any of us as well, which is nice. Thank you, appreciate it. We're on a laptop too, so that's fine. But you know what I've noticed here is interesting is that for some reason Rhoda's beard is lighter than mine, and now I'm gonna have to you know, I don't know. I don't think so. I think mine's red and it's going gray. Whereas Rhoda, I think now yours is darker than mine for sure. Yeah. So there you go. But otherwise good work. But thank you very much. Appreciate you for that. That's lovely. And T-Jab Steve for sponsoring that on the last stream with a $20 super chat. So appreciate you both very much. Alrighty then, guys, we're going to go ahead and get right into wherever the hell we were. Let's just sort of do a brief recap. We are in the past. There's the whole scene where there was the freaky fungus. Lister fed Rimmer some fucked up mushrooms, and he then went and attacked a couple of officers thinking they were giraffes. He's buck naked apart from a pair of driving gloves, as far as I remember. But the real crime is when the captain gives Lister 2 weeks paint duty instead of 15 years imprisonment, which is what Rimmer wants. And so Rimmer flies off the handle and decides to attack the captain. Tells him he's got his head up his fat ass. Tries to attack him with his, what's it, toothbrush or something?
It was the pencil
up his nose. Pencil up his nose. That's it. Takes a trip to Trip Out City, as Smegheads in the chat has just reminded us. That's right. And glad you can make it for one of these, buddy. So anyway, shortly after that, they go back to the vending machine, and we see obviously present day Rimmer pass them by on his way to their barracks. They get back. Yeah, excuse me. He get back to the barracks, and they get the spacesuits when suddenly current day Rimmer pops out of the table and says, "I don't want you to panic, Arnold. We found a stasis leak on floor 16. Now, if you listen to me, you can go into stasis, and then you won't be dead, which means I won't be dead." Blah blah blah. And of course, Rimmer, the Rimmer of 3 million years ago, thinks that he's still experiencing hallucinations, which of course is the crucial thing to remember for this whole episode. Yeah. Rimmer, at this particular time, in this particular era, very unfortunate for them that the stasis leak led back to this week of their lives, because this is the week where Rimmer doesn't trust anything he sees, and it's going to result in a lot of hilarity.
It's very funny because the hologram River says, "But in 3 million years, you're dead." Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Like
3 million years?
Am I
This has got one of my favorite lines in it as well, but it's not till later on.
Yeah, okay. Good. Hopefully you can remember, because it's been a week for me, so I'm already starting to rust over again with it. Lister's reading Rimmer's diary. Rimmer tells him off, only to reveal that he too has read Lister's diary, but at least he had the decency to do it behind his back.
Decent thing to do,
That's the decent thing to do. Yes, indeed. Lister realizes Rimmer wrote about the experience he had seeing his head come through the table as a hologram, and Lister puts 2 and 2 together and realizes the stasis leak is probably there on floor 16, so it would be a good idea to go and check it out, because you never know. Then we're on the elevator. The woman teaches them how to take cyanide capsules, takes them herself, and immediately does the cartoon, pratfall, where let's just fucking play it.
I love the cyanide.
This is how you take your cyanide capsule. There we go. And the beautiful thing is, you got to wonder, how many takes did that take? How many stewardesses did they go through? Especially since you apparently don't have any stewardesses on the flight, the lift journey. So, how many? You know what? Fuck it.
Listen to this scene carefully. You'll be able to do it only once.
Yeah, exactly. So they get out. Of course, they find the stasis leak. They end up in a men's shower. Then they get looked at, kind of funny. Tell them to fuck off. It's the annual meeting of the Agoraphobic Society. Then Rimmer suggests that, I wonder if we can bring anyone back. They try, but no. The bar of soap they bring back turns to powder as soon as they get back. And
Cat says, "Let's do this."
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's right. Rimmer wants to bring himself back. Cat says, "Let's do it." Yeah, let's do it. That's right. Anyway. Now we're at this point. Rimmer and Lister are having a bit of a debate. They're having a bit of an argument, because Lister, of course, wants to bring back Kachansky, and Rimmer wants to bring back himself.
One for the
exactly.
One for the
exactly. Smegheads has got it. Obviously, a diehard fan. I mean, there's no question from the name. Who were you thinking of bringing back? Me. Yeah. Let's do it.
But at this point in time, Dave saying, Lister's like, well, I'll just go back and I'll just stay there. And he's like, I've given you the best years of my death.
Oh, that's right. Yes. At this point, yeah, it's been
3 years.
Well, it's interesting because it apparently has been 3 years since series 1. But then later in another episode, they talk about how it's been like 14 months since. But whatever it is they're talking about actually doesn't need to have been when the crew was alive. So it might have been just something that happened on screen.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
you're talking about the thing in the final episode when it talked about it's actually the next episode. They've been circling, going around circles.
Oh, yes, in Queeg. They've been going around in circles for 14 months. That's right. Yeah. No guarantee.
The other Lister here, like further into the episode, we see Lister who explains that wait a little bit, like 5 years, but in 3 years you're gonna get something. And I was like, doesn't it mean that 3 years were already passed? I was kind of confused about that.
Yeah. So the way it works out is that apparently has been 3 years since the crew died, and they've been together now for 3 years. The first series is immediately after it happens, and it's over the few weeks that or months passing, forward from the immediate event itself. And then this is like catching up with them 3 years later, even though it's only a year in real life because the show came out, literally the 2 seasons came out like the same year. So but yeah, it's been 3 years. They've been together for a while. That's why they're a bit more cordial to each other, and why why Rimmer doesn't seem bothered about like rank and pecking order anymore, and why Lister gave up on trying to pass an exam to outrank him. They've just sort of accepted their fate at this point. So that's cool. Anyway, was this it? This was about it, wasn't it? We were around about here. Yeah. And what happens in this scene?
Well, like I said, this is them just basically talking about how like he's going to go back and he's just going to stay there.
Yeah.
And he does the whole thing about like, well, what does all this mean to you? Like he's a little bit put out by.
That's right. Yeah, he's pissed off because Lister wants to go back and stay there.
Yeah.
But it all started because, of course, Lister found a Polaroid of what looks like him with a bit more facial hair marrying Kachansky.
Yep. So
at this point, the result of their conversation is he says, we're going to go get Kachansky, and Lister and Rimmer says, no, we're going to get Rimmer. So that's basically it. Yeah. And you get the scene, I think, where they point at each other. He says, we're going to get Kachansky, Rimsey. And so that's it. So we move on from there. Okay, so here we are. Lister's got his plan going. He wants to bring the cat with him, tells him he's got to wear a boiler suit, but the cat refuses to because he doesn't want to wear it because he's got his beautiful silver suit that he's wearing. And of course, as always, it's the cat. He's not interested. I can't remember what the jokes exactly are here, but it's just basically the cat being the cat. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
Yeah, he wants people to notice him. And
that's right. How's everyone gonna know how special I am, or something like that? Yeah. Right. The whole point is to blend in. You go, oh, maybe if I put some sequins on this, some shoulder pads. Yeah, that's it. And he's like, no, we're going now. Like, now I've got wherever anyway. So there we go. And he put Holly on a watch, and of course you get lots of jokes from Holly about the fact that even though digital watches didn't have cameras on them when the show came out, they figured that Holly would be able to see out of that screen.
Yep.
And so he says, I can see right up your nose.
Yeah. And he keeps telling him to not put his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, stop putting your hands in your pocket. Yeah, the attack of the wild gooseberries or something like that. Yeah. So there we go. So in they go. They're here. They make it. This bloke's here. There's and there's a weird shot here where the bloke sort of looks after him. Like you're kind of wondering, is he freaked out or interested? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you turn around and sort of pursue them for half a step and then stop?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
I mean, to me, that's really just a what the was that face?
Yeah, that's
Feeling it's
fine.
confounded further by a cat.
I've
But
never
of
been
course,
able
I
to
watched
figure it
when I
out.
was a kid, so I would think that.
Yeah, I think I did. I was like 12, maybe 13, when I was on my great fucking crusade through all the local libraries VHS tapes of Red Dwarf. Anyway.
Cat makes a joke about the size.
Oh
of the dick.
yeah, this scene. I remember this scene. I remember wondering who the fuck this guy was, because when I first saw this, I'd never seen the first episode yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of the first tapes I rented when I started renting them. And of course, it's Mark Williams as Olaf Peterson. It's one of Lister's best mates, who you saw in episode 1 and episode 3 of the first series.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's always drunk. But he walks up to these two chicks and starts trying to speak to them in Esperanto. So he's like, "Felicites, such beautiful ladies." He goes, "My name is Olaf Peterson. I am very good in bed." Like, what the fuck, you know? Like, okay, so he's trying to impress them based on the idea that they don't know who he is. Yeah. And this is a continuity fuck up for me, because there's only 169 people on Red Dwarf in the first series. It's established that that's how many people are on the crew.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, they're
terrible.
They're new crew members.
Way more. Huh?
I think they're supposed to be new crew members.
Oh, they're meant to be new recruits. Right. So, of course, Peterson is trying to flirt with them when all of a sudden, he wants to carry their suitcases. He's thinking he's going to finagle himself a three-way. When suddenly Lister appears, and it's present-day Lister, and he's very happy to see Peterson. And he's shouting, "I need to say, yeah, give me a kiss, you smelly old smegger," and kisses him right on the lips. And, you know, it's like the worst thing that could possibly happen. You run into one of your fucking bros.
No, I'll come to
Lister, you'll die for this. Yeah. So he's like, "Come on, give me a kiss, you smelly. I missed you, you know. I missed you. I haven't seen you. Carl, give me a kiss, you smelly old smegger." There we go. And of course, he's just completely cock blocked Peterson. And he shouts, "Lister, you'll die for this."
So he's gonna come to his room later.
That's right. I'll come to your room later.
Yeah.
One
of the best thing is that you can see these jokes, especially in more modern TV series, and they're still funny, especially if they're executed right. But to see that these like little snippets that are appearing,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, not only has he cock blocked him, but he's also implied that he's gay.
Exactly. This is like a very, very standard thing to see in a lot of sitcoms nowadays, something like this. But to see it happening, so like this is from 1989, like to see it that far back and to see it,
things ain't changed.
Yeah. I mean, it's very nice to see when an old TV series actually already. Sorry.
Although to be honest, if it were a modern day scene, like Peterson would have been like, "Oh."
Yeah, it was actually going to be the other way around.
The scene wouldn't have happened in the first place.
They wouldn't allow it to be written.
There's no way to write this scene without it inherently relying on the idea that both these guys hate the idea that anyone would think they're gay.
Right. It would be reversed. He would actually be gay. He was trying to get the suitcases of two male coworkers, and Lister would be a woman, and he's gonna do that. And probably his sister.
Yeah, actually, that makes more sense. But anyway, I just don't think that joke works unless it's, you know, he's trying to fuck these two girls, and suddenly his buddy appears and just, you know, he grows out with him. But he's such a bro with Peterson and Peterson and Lister's an idiot, and Lister has selective intelligence in this series, and in general anyway, Lister has selective intelligence, but he certainly is capable of going from the guy who can figure out the entire plot of an episode to the guy who's too stupid to realize his mate's on the pull and don't cock block him, you know. But hey, whatever, he's just happy to see him. I guess it's been 3 years he's been alone on a ship with Rimmer at this point, so it makes more sense if you have that context.
Yep.
Anyway, some chick looks at Kat, and I can't remember what he says. But anyway, here comes Lister. He tells him we're going to go to the hotel.
So he didn't want, he was saying to Lister that he didn't know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to do a lot of it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, she makes me want to do something. I don't know what it is, but I know I want to do a lot of it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate it. So there you go. Right, here comes Rimmer walking into the table and setting himself in the position that he will later be in to appear to Rimmer. And now we're in color, which I like, by the way, as a stylistic choice. It's not much. It's a very simple thing they did. But when we saw this exact same sequence of events happen earlier, it was from the perspective of the time. The diegesis was centered in the time period of pre-disaster Red Dwarf, so it's black and white. Now we're seeing the same exact thing from current day Rimmer and current day Lister's perspective, so it's in color. And I love little touches like that, just tiny little silly little things like that. Just beautiful. Love it. Nothing, doesn't cost anything, doesn't take any effort, but it makes all the bloody difference. You know what I mean, guys?
Yep.
Excellent.
And it's a good way to show the same scene again without it being quite literally the exact same scene.
Yeah. Oh, you can see because Ed Bai is the director, and Ed Bai directed the first 4 series, and then series 6, and then series 7 and 8 of Red Dwarf, and then I think that's it. And then I think they got other directors for the modern series. But Ed Bai, who, by the way, is married to Ruby Wax in real life. If you know who she is, the American chick who was on a lot of British telly, in the 80s and 90s. So he was the director, and he was also like the director of lots and lots of other really much respected British sitcoms over the years. Like they were fucking lucky to have a veteran like Ed Bai directing the episode. So you can see it too, that he knows what he's bloody doing, because you are not getting any repeated shots, right? When you watch Rimmer go in, it's not like Ed Bai said, okay, we're going to film this scene twice from the same angles, right? We're going to film the scene twice. We're going to move every camera to make sure that not only with the black and white, but to make sure that it's a different version of the scene. And I just love little shit like that. It's the filmmaker in me. Really appreciates it. So there you go. Then we cut back to the original scene. Of course, now there's Lister and Rimmer preparing to go and paint the fucking outside of the ship. And of course, now we get, I don't want you to panic, Arnold. But of course, now you know why. You've got the context, of course. And of course, out pops Rimmer's head to talk to him. And we get, what does he say? I can't think. I know what you are. You're a mushroom or something,
Yeah, exactly. You're a mushroom.
And present day Rimmer has forgotten, even though
I know what
he had the conversation with Lister like hours earlier. Well, however long it took for them to travel down all those floors. Yeah, like yesterday. It's not likely he'd have forgotten his own journal writings as well as the conversation with Lister. But then Rimmer's a prick. He doesn't listen to Lister. So maybe it's possible. I don't know. But whatever, for comedic effect, present day Rimmer doesn't understand why it's not working. Even though all of this has already happened to him.
Right.
And he knows how it's going to go. It just gets better and better. Really? Yes. Oh, you're in 3 million years, you'll be dead, but you're not dead now. Oh, wow, that's quite amazing. I'll have to make a note of that. Don't die in 3 million years or whatever. He can't remember what he says. But I bet the chat's got a better idea. Probably Smeghead's in the chat.
Eat a little bit less bread. And
that's it. How can I do it? Yeah, bit less bread, bit more roughage. Thank you. Again, lovely. That's it. So there we go. He's looking in the mirror, and then the captain walks in. And of course, the captain is dressed as a turkey because
they're having
Thanksgiving or there's some occasion. I can't remember what the occasion is.
They're having
and it just happens. It just beautiful comedic irony the captain walks in at this exact moment dressed as a fucking turkey or a chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he says chicken.
Yeah.
So
This is the bit that's
now
got my
that Rimmer
favorite line
is
in it.
established as thinking he's tripping balls again, even though he's not, the captain walks in a chicken suit.
Yeah, but they did set this up. The scene with Kat talking to the chick.
I can't hear anything. Sorry, I'll be right back.
No worries. But yeah, this scene got set up previously to this when Kat's talking to the woman. There is a sign on the back wall. It says there's a costume party, which is why she's kind of dressed up,
Yeah,
looking like all spangled and whatnot, and sequins and all that kind of wonderful stuff.
Fucking bullshit. All my devices suddenly disconnected. I don't know why. It's only this.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, got you now. So he's a chicken or a turkey or whatever. And of course, it's beautiful, right? The fact that Rimmer.
Yeah, and he comes in and he's trying to say, "Hey, you know, maybe I was a little bit too
really
harsh
sorry.
on you." Yeah, it's like
I've been
which
under
is-
a lot of pressure. I feel
Right.
bad about punishing you so harshly, Rimmer.
Yeah, which is hilarious because like the whole thing with the attack on the captain, not only was there the eraser up the nose, but he also destroyed a picture of his wife and ate it, and he thought it was a picture from National Geographic.
That's
gorilla.
right. Yes, he thought it was a gorilla, exactly. So there we go.
Yeah.
So the captain's like, Rimmer, look, I want to apologize about how I treated you. I've been under a lot of pressure, you know. And Rimmer's like, really? Oh,
Well, we've got a bit of a problem here, then, haven't we? Because I don't take orders
from poultry.
Which
Yes.
cluck off, right?
And then he, of course,
Have a
says,
large
kindly
seething gun
cluck
between
off.
the lips you never kiss with.
Exactly. Kindly cluck off before I extract your giblets.
Snake Head, just put it in the chat
shove
anyway.
a large seasoned onion between the lips you never kiss with. Exactly. That's right. So now he's really angry. I think has he done the paint yet?
He's doing
I think
it
so.
here in just a second.
He says, that's it. He
Oh,
says,
yeah, I'll
no,
make
wait,
a
I'm
note-
going to give you 8 weeks, PD. Oh, let me make a note of that. So he grabs a bucket of paint, the paint, green paint for some reason, and decides to paint a note on it for himself on him. Yes, that's right. 8 weeks, PD. Because he's like, he's fucking asshole. He doesn't understand what's happening to him. It's all real, bitch. It's all real. Like, this is the one and only time I think I've ever felt sorry for Rimmer up to this point in the whole series. Maybe Gazpacho Soup, but this, I'm like, no, Arnold, stop, mate, stop. Like, come on. You're just bringing more hell on yourself. And then he goes, nah, 8 months, PD. 8 years, PD. And then he chucks the bucket, of course, in his face.
Yeah,
that's right.
But the great thing
Rimmer.
about this is it's a little bit of a causality loop, you know, because there's no way for him to stop it, you know. Because he could have, when he was you know, popping out of the table, could have said, don't do what you're about to do. Like, he could have told him, you know, that the captain's going to come in and all this kind of stuff, but you know, then
somehow
that would
for
cause
some reason
paradox.
he felt like he didn't have time for it or something.
Right.
I don't know. And yes, it is exactly feeding into causality. Like, they've come here and none of them have any fucking agency because they are only doing exactly what they are supposed to do to ensure that the events happen the same way that they always did. It's very interesting. There's a lot of ways you can do a time travel story, a lot of ways you can do cause and effect. Red Dwarf almost always hinges on it was always going to end up this way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when you get
cannot
down
change
to
it.
later, you get to like the circumstances of Lister's birth and stuff like that, and it's the same kind of thing. Anyway, the interesting thing about this episode, though, is the fact that none of this continuity sticks. So for all that they do with the continuity, the causality shit, none of this ever actually happens that we ever get to see happen. Like, Lister in 5 years does not have a beard. Lister in 5 years is dealing with like we don't know how many years pass between each series, to be honest, but in 5 years' time, it's about series 4 in real time continuity, and that would be what, fighting the curry monster, Crichton becomes a human for one episode. None of it has anything to do with going and marrying Kachansky in the past. So this whole continuity that's supposed to be just like Future Echoes never really fucking happens. It's interesting. Anyway, here we are. They're at the reception, and they've gone to Kachansky's bunk. That's right.
Yeah, but she's
still
not there.
Red
She's
Dwarf.
down. Yeah, she's on
She's gone
leave.
to a hotel. She says she's on shore leave. She's gone to a hotel, but she's not told him why. And then the cat stands there for a moment and just sort of smiles at her and looks, and they look each other up and down. They both look quite impressed. It almost looks like about 10 seconds later they'd have both been naked. Like I don't know about you guys, but she looks like she's looking him up and down, and she's not like recoiling in horror.
Yep.
And he's just got the broadest grin on his face, like
I'm gonna do I don't know what, but I'm gonna do a lot of it.
That's
right. You guys have read the books, right? Some of you have read the books. Rhoda, you've read the books. So
I've read the first two.
Right. Does that include the cat losing his virginity? Because I feel like it happens actually in backwards. That the cat finally loses his virginity.
Yeah,
there's
I've
really
only read the Infinity Welcomes Careful Drivers and I don't think I've read the cat loses virginity. So
the third one is backwards, which is based on series 3, but they end up trapped in the backwards universe for like 12 years. So Lister and the cat regress to being about 13 years old.
Oh, I see.
Right, so for quite a long time, Lister is 13 in the books, and the cat is 2, and eventually the cat ends up getting his end away with some chick, but the scene is written in the most horrifying fucking way, because there's a woman who sort of is on her way home after having had a liaison with a teenage cat, and it turns out that she's really quite injured, because cat penises are covered in very sharp little hooks. And apparently that is canon in Red Dwarf. So it's a good job he doesn't get his end away with this chick or anyone else that we get to see her with, apart from apparently in Better Than Life Marilyn Monroe and a mermaid in reverse.
Right, but that happened in a video game. So
I mean, surely it counts, right?
I suppose.
I mean, if your brain believes you've done something, then you've done it.
Right.
Especially because you haven't seen this yet, John, and you won't for a while yet, but there are episodes coming up later in series 6 and 7 where they have groin attachments for the artificial reality console. And when they go into a game, they can fuck the women in the game.
Right.
And there's even a scene where Lister is in Gunman of the Apocalypse. There's a bit where Lister has gone into the detective game because he's already beaten it and he knows exactly what to say to get the girls into bed. So he just goes there from time to time and just says all the right things and gets like the dangerous bad guy femme fatale to fuck him in the back of a car. And when Crichton shows up to get him out of the game because they've got something else to deal with, the car's going So it's reasonable to assume that the cat eventually does end up having sex, but probably not in reality.
Right.
Anyway, there we go. Come on. So there we go. So we proceed to the lobby of this grand, what is it? The Mimas or Titan Hilton or Titan Holiday Inn. It's the Holiday Inn. The Ganymede Holiday Inn. That's right. It's not even like a nice hotel. It's a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
So why it looks like this? I mean, this is like the Radisson or something. This is like a Hilton, you know. This is like a proper hotel. This looks like the lobby of the Grosvenor House in Park Lane, you know. But hey, whatever. So people are checking in. You've got some luggage that's looking for its owner.
Yeah.
It turns out the owner has been lost.
Very nice input, by the way.
Right.
That was
the
nice
luggage says, "Oh, I bet they've sent him to the wrong bloody airport."
Wrong bloody airport.
That's right. So anyway, buggers off, and
This is what AI will look like in a few years. You have this.
then the cat, that's right, the cat spots some woman wearing a mink, and screams, "Dog!" and decides to go crazy and attack it. Sprays seltzer all over it, and then attacks it with all his power. And says, "That's it, that's it. You're not going to get choked by no dog now, ma'am." Anyway, Lister's finally done. He knows what room they're in, 008, and they go down there, and it turns out it's the honeymoon suite, where you see very quickly that there's a plate of room service, and then there's 2 pairs of shoes. Kachansky's married to all shoes and the grooms as well, and he's like, "Oh, she's already married," and for some reason, and this doesn't make much sense to me, because Lister is not a stupid man, right? He's not. He's much smart. He's ignorant, but he's not stupid.
Right.
871 sell him. That's next series, buddy.
I was replying to something else in chat.
Right. That's backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, Lister sees the photo, right? He sees a picture of what is basically himself with a bit more facial hair. He hasn't got the facial hair.
No, and he's not going to grow it in a week's time.
A day. Exactly. So he thinks he's coming here to marry Kachansky. But he doesn't have the beard. So he surely knows that it's not going to work, especially after the events of Future Echoes.
You would think. But
yeah. But anyway, whatever. For whatever reason, he's a complete retard for Kachansky. So he's like, "Oh, I guess that guy's not me then," even though it is absolutely him.
Right.
That is 100% a picture of him.
Yeah, and he's lamenting in the hallway about how, the women that he wants always some smeghead.
They always lose me for turtleneck wearing wine drinkers. Yeah, it's
which
never
one's
beer. It's always wine. What would you like on your cornflakes? We'll have some wine, please. Yeah, which is stupid but true. Yeah, douchebags, in other words. Yeah,
it's never beer, is it?
It's never beer, is it? It's always wine. Yeah. So there we go. So he's distraught because he thinks that he's come all this way and Kachansky's got married anyway, and he's lost and nothing's going to go right for him. And he's lost to a wine drinker, and Holly tells him not to put him back in his pocket because it's Attack of the Killer Gooseberries. That's about here. And then suddenly, boom, out walks Kachansky. And it actually took him a lot to get her to be in the show again. Not for any particular reason. It's just that by this point, she'd become like a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
Claire Grogan. Her band had taken off. So she had a very busy schedule, and they managed to get her back to be in this. So he says, "Hey, no, I'm not going in there." But the cat's like, "I'm not listening to you." She knows what's going on, but he has no idea. She says, come on. He's like, "No, I'm not going in there to meet your fucking betrothed, you know." And the cat is like, "I'm going." So now he has to go. And they walk in, and she shows him the ring. Yep, she's married, and he's trying to be nice. "Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. How nice. Would you like a drink?" "No, thanks." You know, and then screwdriver. A screwdriver. That's right. I'd rather have a hammer. Yeah. When suddenly Ooh walks out of the bathroom, but of course it is Lister. Just not yet.
He looks like a Temu Jason Momoa in this.
Oh my god, that's exactly what he looks like.
He looks like what? I didn't hear that.
He looks like a Temu version of Jason Momoa.
So
that's
Jason
pretty good.
Momoa?
Jason half Moa? Jason one Momoa?
Jason Mostrema.
To be honest, that is a really good analogy. Also, this is about the first time I've ever noticed how much beard it takes to make Lister's chin look masculine.
Yeah.
Yep.
He must have
It's
some
completely different facial shape.
sizable stuff. He's got a fucking chin with a beard, but nothing. This
Yeah.
is, ladies, this is why we grow beards.
That's right.
Exactly.
It's not the only reason, but it's one of them. Once we see it, we're like, oh, I like this. Makes my chin look bigger.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. So we proceed, and of course, he's smug and he's being a bit of a prick, really, because he, of course, is shagging Kachansky. And our Lister is still in the previous timeline where he never got to shag Kachansky, as opposed to after series 3 when he has dated Kachansky before and just misses her. We've got to establish this because this continuity is coming to the end by the end of this episode of this show. Anyway, so there you go. So it turns out, yes, you will travel back in time, but it's not now. You're just going to have to wait a little longer, punk, and one day you will come back and you will marry Kachansky. But it's not you. You're not finished yet. You got to go. And then he says, how about a snog from me future wife?
Yeah.
And Lister says, no way, on your space bike, which I think is so fucking classic because it used to be a British thing to say on your bike to someone as in, fuck off, mate. Fuck off. No way. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. You've got a polite way of saying get out of it. Is on your bike. Not now. Go away. Piss off. But they couldn't come up with a more clever way of putting it, so they just went with space bike.
And of course, Lister actually doesn't currently have his space bike because Crichton's nicked it.
That's right. But the point is as well, just calling it a space bike. I don't know if any of you have ever watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but there's a sequence of jokes in that series on the Namek saga where everything's a space version of something. So it's like, you're going to go down to Spacies and get yourself a space burger and a space soda and some space fries. You know, everything is my space armor. Oh no, you know, everything has got space before it. It just reminds me of that. So there you go. On your space bike, you'll figure it out. Get out of here. Then the cat reveals that he's nicked some Dom Perignon. So at least they get a drink when they get back. And they're all pretty content. But before they can go back home, they got to go find Rimmer. And Rimmer is still desperately trying to figure out a way to bring himself back, oblivious to the fact that they really can't do anything to change the timeline. So here comes, you know, diegetically present day Rimmer, alive Rimmer, who's now been brought back from the hospital a second time. He thinks he's sane now. He's not seeing anything, but then he hears a voice and he starts looking. What's that noise? And of course, out pops Rimmer's head again. I'm going to stay calm this time. He says, "I'm staying calm this time." Good. Good. Anyway, he tries to continue with him when suddenly in walks Lister. And the cat.
Of course, Lister's sleep
I'm looking
above him.
everywhere.
Huh?
So now,
yeah, that Lister present time Lister is asleep on his bunk over there. And so of course Rimmer shouts, 2 Listers. Well, that's wonderful, isn't it? What a lovely day. And I don't know who this gentleman is, but you know, whatever. Anyway,
come and sit down.
Come and sit down, make yourself comfortable. And then I don't know, and then I don't know if I've skipped it or what, but pretty soon the other Lister's gonna pop in.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Right there. Yes.
Beardy future Lister is here somehow too. Time traveler Lister with 3 Listers. Well, that's quite a turn up. I'm sure I don't have anything prepared, but perhaps Lister would like to open a bottle for Lister and Lister. I don't know this other gentleman, but you know, it's so fucking brilliant.
Hey, Rimmer won't have any because he's dead.
Rimmer won't have any, but he's dead. But I'd like a glass. That's right. Yeah. And then it gets even worse, of course, because another Rimmer pops out, and he's over here now with a moustache and a cravat, and he's like, "Now, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I'm the Rimmer who's with the Lister who married Kachansky." And then he says, "Now, from this moment, things get a little bit complicated."
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit complicated. And then, of course, we end the episode with Rimmer finally losing his marbles and just going, excuse me, may I just say one thing? And he just bellows, go away. and we end the episode like that.
I would understand him at this point. He was just intoxicated with mushrooms, and you get 5.
He pulled a Gustav.
He pulled out. Yeah, he totally pulled a Gustav.
Get out of my way! Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So very good episode. One of the stronger episodes I think ever. Actually, really a very good episode. Yeah. Once again, Grant and Naylor like stepping up to the plate and just knocking it out of the park. Just going, this is what we could do with fuck all budget. And an half an hour of TV time.
Yeah, and
it's
quite effective. Yeah, it's quite effective in its visual storytelling. It's like there is all show, no tell. Like things that aren't just exposition dumps. Like you are literally seeing the causality loop of it all play out, and it all just works so great. And given the time that this came out, this is when you look at that. Especially that final scene, all the blocking they did and everything like that, to have all the various people multiple times over in the same scene. I mean, that's like Back to the Future level.
Yeah, that takes some serious acting as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the acting is actually harder. I've done it and I've acted in it. I've directed and acted in something where I used exactly that split screen. Like you set up the camera, make sure it doesn't fucking move a muscle, and then do like 5 takes of yourself in various positions, and then edit them together and overlay them on top of each other. And I see it, and it's a lot easier to set up the shot and frame it, because then effectively the director's job is over, as long as the director knows which scenes need to be shot and and get the block. I suppose it's not. It's a definitely a difficult job, but acting to nothing is difficult. I once did a shot of myself splitting into 2 and then firing a Kamehameha at a guy who is also fighting another me at the same time. So I know exactly what the fuck is entailed in that, and it's great, especially when it's early pre-CGI. No easy way around it. Yeah. Anyway, we have some super chats.
Indeed, you do.
We certainly do. We certainly do. And we have 2 more episodes to go through, and we're already at nearly 2 hours. So once again, Rush News, the legacy lives on. Hopefully the wife won't fucking come in with the baby anytime soon. Rufus Grimm joined the Grift Force as a new member, all by himself. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant, formerly Alice in Blunderland, came in for £5. That's right. That's real money. Nice. And says, "Hail, Will and Co. Glad I could catch the live stream. Have a £5 just because. Bloody hell. You absolute lovely, lovely human being. What a wonderful thing to do, and I very much appreciate it." And of course, what follows as well. T-Jab Steve back again for $5. If it's you and you're him and you're him, he's it, and I still me, who's eating this chicken?
Proceeds to eat the fucking chicken.
Of course he does. That's what the cat does. Yeah, we did that. Last week we did that one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was also the joke when they're on the lift about how, like, this is the first time that the container was better than the food. Like, he's like, "You call that chicken?" So yeah, a lot of chicken in that episode.
Best meal I ever had, where the container tastes better than the food.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. And thank you very much to Jeb Steve for that. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant for £50 fucking pounds.
Indeed.
Jesus Christ.
Every single person of, that's intelligent, hardworking, ambitious, had dreams and goals, has abandoned England in the last 200 years.
baby. Thank you so much. My goodness. What the hell? Well, to be fair, that pushed us over the bar for sure,
It
right?
certainly did.
Oh yeah, it did.
So you know what follows, but let me read it first. It says, oh, here, take it. Have a 50 just because. I don't know what to say. Like, thank you. Really, thank you very much. I know I'm not here often. Well, you've been around quite a bit lately, but I do enjoy these Red Dwarf chats. At some point, I'll have to go back and watch the ones I missed. Actually, just watching these is making me want to go back and watch Red Dwarf. Good. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
That's the point.
Boom. That's the fucking point. Go watch some good TV.
Good shows.
Nah, man, that was lovely. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. John.
Oh, I'm in position.
You know what time it is, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know
That's
what time
she
it
said.
is. It's titty time. That's right.
Come here, baby. Let me show something good. Something good. Something good. Something
I don't know what it is that I want to do, but I want to do a lot of it.
There it is. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant. 50 quid. Bloody awesome. Big love. Mad respect. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's press on. We have to talk about Queeg.
Yeah.
Which is next. And Queeg is a bit of a strange one, actually, because it's the lowest budget episode of the whole series.
It is very much a bottle episode.
It's back to basics in as much as it's just them on the ship. They don't go anywhere. They don't go to the observation deck. They don't go to any other planets. They don't go to another ship. They don't do anything. We've had a lot of that in this series.
Yeah.
Also, being the penultimate of the
before we
season, it
really
is
get
also-
into the episodes, the actor who played him died last month, which is
He
pretty sad.
did. He did.
81 years old. Charles Organs, if I'm pronouncing that right.
I can't remember. Let me have a look. Yeah, Charles. He also was the guy who helped Danny John Jules to do the intro sequence to the next episode, which is the tongue-tied music video.
Agreed.
He was there for that. Yeah, fucking great guy. Charles Organs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Absolutely, by all accounts, a really, really, really lovely guy. A DJ, a singer, dancer, all around talent. Only cast in this because he had what they called a slightly threatening face if you didn't know him. And if you just if he went like deadpan, like he you wouldn't cross him, you know. He looked like he'd fuck you up.
Yeah,
So
he's got a commanding voice too.
oh god, yeah, that he's got like a James Earl Jones voice, man. That guy's fucking serious business. But yeah, so this is Queeg. It's the first and well, no, it's the first real Holly centric episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's really the main reason too why an episode like this would be so, you know,
you don't get a lot of Holly centric
scale.
episodes.
Yeah, because
Quite
I mean,
frankly.
he exists on the ship primarily. You know,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
I mean-
he travels around on the portable.
He's the
monitor.
exposition guy. That's it. That trying to get him to travel around is really quite difficult. So they did what they could, and they did really quite a good job. Now I need to just go and double check that everything is kosher in the house. So maybe you guys can talk about your thoughts on the episode before we come back and go through it. All right, cheers, guys. See you in a
Yeah,
second.
no, I appreciate this episode. I watched this twice last night. I watched it one point in the night before I played some Death Stranding, and then I was like, I can watch these 2 episodes again. This is the one I put on to kind of go to sleep to, and then I woke up again, caught the end of it before watching the final episode. But this episode's it's not. I don't think it's necessarily as strong as the ones on either side of it, but this is actually still a very good episode in terms of what actually plays out.
Yeah, I like it because it's very story centric.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, rather than just like throwing the laughs at you, it's more character development, which you really need going into the next season.
Yeah, and it also has a lot of like the building up a bit more of Holly, because
and
as
I do
we said,
appreciate
it's
that
like
aspect of it.
his exposition. He's a little bit in the background. He does like throw a lot of jokes and stuff around. It just has a lot of actions like in the episodes, but you don't really know all that about him. You don't really pay that much attention. So it's good because they actually took a whole episode to do that, and it is a penultimate episode of the second season, which making it even and making it lower budget because of the story centric actually is a very smart move in order to pour everything to the finale, which is what a good TV series actually does. And it worked. It worked because like Red Dwarf doesn't need a lot of effects in the first place, and they just cut back a little bit more, and they're like, okay, we're gonna just twist it around and being story driven, and it'll give us the opportunity to just put out Holly more to the
it fleshes
audience,
him out,
and they love him,
and makes him more of an actual integral part of the group. You know, more so than just
more of a someone.
Yeah, it's like they actually start to have some affection for Holly rather than just think of him as a computer.
Right.
I kind of like the way that they picked chess as well, which is like a throwback to
the first episode of
life.
With the actually I guess that's episode 2 from this, but because it's established that he's not very good at chess. Although, I guess
he actually is because he's playing himself.
Right. That twist was very well delivered at the end.
This is a great episode in the sense of just like how awesome Holly is.
Also one of the best lines in the season as well about the condom.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, like, and even that is kind of ultimately the punchline of the episode is that I'm awesome, dudes. You know, like, because
that's what an IQ 6,000.
Yeah, Holly's got his shit together, you know, and maybe just maybe like he is playing chess against himself so that he can actually play chess against Quigley. What was the name of the other guy that they encountered from Better Than Life?
I forgot his name. The other from the Better Than Life.
Yeah, the other computer program.
The 8,000 one.
Yeah. Craig?
It was something really old fashioned.
Yeah. But yeah, like this episode's pretty great, and just the way that it actually kind of makes Holly, you know, more substantial in the goings on.
Yeah, you're right.
You've got him like as the old man going up and down with his torch and
the Night Watchman. Yeah.
Oh, hey, buddy, let me wipe the screen.
So, I've got a bit of a situation. I don't think we're going to get time to do the last one.
Okay.
Which is going to piss me off because I wanted to tie off series 2 in this episode, and I think we're going to now have to do like 3 next week instead, and I'm just going to have to schedule it a lot better. Baby, Princess 1 is extremely rambunctious and is quite capable of climbing out of her cot and wreaking havoc while Mummy is trying to sleep. So pretty soon I'm going to have to go be a dad again. So I think maybe we just do Krieg and we wrap it up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Chat, is that okay? I'm sorry if that's shortchanging you, chat.
life is life. And then, here's the thing.
I'd bring her here, but she'd keep grabbing the microphone like last time.
Right. But I don't think that we're necessarily in a sprint to get through these. I mean, we got there's only
yeah. I just like to, I wanted to wrap up series.
And I know that Helzo's got his timetable as well. So, yeah.
All right.
That way,
let's do quick. Unless we get through it like lightning quick, then it's probably not going to happen. But maybe we will. I don't know.
Episode's good. Next one.
They're all good. That's the thing. It's
okay. Series done.
We were so fucked off by Doctor Who.
Watch
we
Red Dwarf.
genuinely deserve to have a fucking good time and talk about it. That's the point of all this.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Is I think that because this is a great series.
Fantastically, amazingly brilliant. I feel bad now because you dropped all that cash. We'll make it worth it. We'll find a way.
These tend to take longer because we are talking about stuff that's enjoyable. Although I know, I
think when, at a certain point we just maybe next week we try to do 3, then after that we call it 2 a week because I don't think we can realistically, especially once we start getting into episodes like you guys who've seen it, Marooned and Rimmer World episodes that will require polymorph. There's gonna be an hour conversation for each of them. So I think
the good stuff
fine.
does take longer. The good stuff does take longer to talk about, unless it's so terribly bad that you actually are when we were going through all that Doctor Who nonsense from this last year.
Sorry, I'm just Jape of the decade, April, May, June, July, and August Fool. Sorry, he knows. He knows. He knows. All right, look, let's get into Krieg. So we begin with Lister, who's taking a personality quiz in a magazine.
Yes, it's quite hilarious too.
Quiz
it's a women's magazine.
Women. It's a women's magazine, clearly. First question is, what do you wear to bed? Nothing, pajamas, or a sexy negligee. He says he wears a sexy negligee.
Yep, he's like, gotta be seen. Yeah,
but then it's like how much of this are you? How are your boobs too big, too small, whatever? Definitely too big,
too large.
Too large. That's right, because he's a man. And it turns out he has mostly C's, which means he's extremely sexy and sensual. Meanwhile, the Rimmer's trying to play a game of drafts against a Scutter and losing quite spectacularly. If you can see the board here, there'll be a couple of close-ups of it. Good enough, at least, hopefully, that you can see. Meanwhile, the cat is over here rocking out.
Yeah.
Going, yeah, wow, yeah, baby, you, wow, you, yeah. And you're like, wow, what's he listening to? Like Van Halen or something? And Lister grabs the earphones the CD case, and it turns out it is somebody reading Tess of the D'Urbervilles. but apparently
know something.
That's it, yeah, Robert somebody or other. And then it turns, and he's like, what the fuck? So he grabs the earphones, and he's like, also like, yeah, woo, yeah, what the, yeah, boom, yeah. And he's like,
bleeding out. It's pretty awesome music.
And then you get your first 80s drop the ball moment of Red Dwarf, where he says the tape must have got chewed up because this is really good, and he was holding a CD case. Like, okay, all right. Anyway, whatever. So we carry on. Rimmer loses his temper and shouts at both of them, which is the first time you've really seen Rimmer lose his shit with the pair of them for quite a while. Maybe this series, actually. The Scutter is absolutely crushing him at drafts. I'm trying to find a close-up.
See, that makes sense, though, that, because he is losing at the game.
Because he's Rimmer.
Yeah, but that's the reason that he's lashing out is because,
he's frustrated as fuck.
Right.
He's got a little flag. He's got a little flag with his name on it on his drafts. And he's completely surrounded. He's only got one move and he's dead. There's literally, if he makes no move, he's dead. If he makes one move, he's dead.
Yeah,
there's no way out.
Any move he makes, he's dead.
The great thing about this is he's playing checkers. And then the whole thing that this ends up revolving around is a game of chess.
It's not even chess. Yeah, he's that bad at checkers. Yeah, you're right. and he's losing. And Lister's like, Rimmer, you've lost. He just tells him straight.
Rimmer, you've lost.
Of course, you've lost. You've only got one move left, and then you're zapped. And he says, but that's where you're wrong, Lister, because I am a higher mammal. I have higher brain functions, and I realize that this Scudder has to go back on duty in 4.5 minutes, which means all I have to do is sit here and I win by default. And then he starts going, Rimmer, Rimmer,
Which
Rimmer.
that's the great thing about this is such a subtle setup for everything
piece
that's
of
about to
shit.
play out. Because he's sitting here like acting like how he's like the smartest person in the room, you know, and just like he's better than everybody. And
Rimmer's at his absolute most obnoxious, and he suffers in this episode.
Right. And he's about to become the biggest pawn in, you know.
He's about to be treated like a rag doll for the rest of the episode. Yeah, he gets it way worse than Lister and the cat. Anyway, Lister calls him a dirty, filthy, cheating scumbag. But it is interesting that Rimmer is this guy, because Rimmer, there he is going, Rimmer, Rimmer. Oh, I've lost it. What's going on? Yeah, there we go. And of course, the Scudder flips him off, of course, you know, as always. But, you know, he is being a complete douchebag. Anyway, what is next? What happens after that? Let's see. He talks about his teacher. Lister's talking about his teacher that he had. Men are better than machines. That's what it is. Rimmer says men are always going to be better than machines. And Lister says, there's a lot in this episode, by the way. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of little bits where they almost do a stand-up routine with an actual punchline just to fill the time. Very season 1 energy. Little monologues and stuff that happen in this episode, you know.
Yeah, and the irony too about, you know, saying men are better than machines, you know.
Well, then he says he had this teacher called Miss Foster, and they went camping or something, and she had the tent next to his. And one night he sneaked out and he heard a weird noise. She didn't think men were better than machines.
Right. But it's also hilarious too, because Rimmer's sitting here saying men are better than machines, but technically at this point in time, he's
about to be ragdoll. No, he's not. He's supported by machinery, yeah. But he still thinks of himself as a man, and he's about to be ragdolled by a machine. So there's some subtext for that. There's some clever writing in there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like the subtlety of the setup of all of
this is the Grant. This is the Rob Grant, Doug Naylor style of writing. They basically come up with a concept, then they write the bulk of the episode, and then probably write the lead in.
Yeah,
to reflect it as a microcosm. They very often do that, especially in the later series.
Yeah.
But there you go. Anyway, Holly jumps on the screen and then he says, "Hello, dudes," as always. And he's completely forgotten what he was gonna say. He can't remember what he was gonna say. What is it? Oh, wait. So what were you gonna say? I can't remember. And then I think it's already happened by this point, maybe. Yeah, they're already angry at him, so it's already happened.
Yeah.
But basically, the ship goes bang and everyone gets thrown around for a few seconds. But turns out he forgot to say, "Look out, a meteor's about to hit the ship."
Right. But my read on this is Holly hears everything. He's omnipresent throughout all of it. And so that whole little thing that just played out, I think that he, in this moment, he's like, I'm going to fucker with these guys. Like, and this is, you know, primarily Rimmer.
I don't know. I think that would imply that he set this whole situation up to happen to himself. I don't think that's the case, but maybe you're right. But I think he just fucked up, and he dropped the ball.
Well, I mean,
because
to a degree,
you see, here's the thing,
because he couldn't control what happens to the hologram room. That part is true.
That's true. But Rhoda will back me up on this. Holly is supposed to have an IQ of 6,000, right?
Yeah,
but he's been alone for 3 million years.
Oh, yeah,
and he's gone senile, but he's not brain dead, right? So I don't. They never establish exactly what Holly's true IQ remaining actually is, but I'd imagine it's probably about 110, 120.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean,
it's high end for a human, but not that high end. My IQ is higher than that, you know. But it would be like competent, but not super competent.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, well, I think
kind of Lister-ish.
and
a bit
perhaps
listerish.
just
Yeah.
it might just be because of the nature of writing and everything like that. But like I said, the subtlety of everything that kind of gets set into motion. Because yes, the control room getting damaged, everything that they're about to go do right now, that he had no control over. But just being able to hear it, like
maybe you're right. As you pointed out, yes, they find out that there is damage on floor 592. Oh, there's the line. I forgot the line. Who is it? Tells him Holly is useless. What's the damage report? He says he doesn't know because the damage report machine is broken.
She's broken.
Right.
Is damaged. And then someone tells, I can't remember if it's Rimmer or Lister. It's probably Rimmer. Tells him he's about as much use as a condom machine in the Vatican.
Yes.
Best line ever. Best line ever.
Fantastic line. Floor 592 is where the problem is. So they have to take Holly. For some reason, they didn't have to do this before, right? But for some reason now they have to take Holly on a mobile fucking CRT TV, which they definitely didn't have to do last season. I reckon Norman Lovett complained. Norman Lovett always complained. If you've not done your research, he was a bit of a bastard. He's a nice bloke, but he always wanted his time on the screen. He always wanted to, you could do more with Holly. You could do blah, blah, blah.
Right. Well,
and then he screwed him over at the end of this series and left. Which is why there's a female Holly in series 3.
Right. I think in some ways, though, this is establishing them more as an overall group and not just people on a ship, stuck in their their rank and file roles and things like that. Because
sure. But I genuinely, knowing what I know with my quite extensive knowledge of the background of the show and what I know about Norman Lovett as a bloke, he's likely to have told them, I'm sick of being a disembodied voice. Right. I want to be on the screen. Yeah. And that's why they had him in Better Than Life on a mobile TV screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's just it.
And I think that too, because that they already had that stuff. I mean, they got a shoestring budget, so you have to be able to justify everything.
Yeah, and also I think it's a fucking hilarious visual gag that for all the technology that this show has, they have to push him around on a wired CRT display, which of course only works now looking back, but it is hilarious that they've got the ship's computer on a fucking TV that's worse than the one I had when I was 13. Right. Anyway, Rimmer's here and his top half is not connected to his bottom half because it turns out that floor 592 is the hologram projection suite, so it's fucking with him, although really it's only used for 1 second as his hips reconnect to his it's all just here to show you how useless Holly is.
Just a glitch out where he beep, beep,
he has the glitch out where he goes, wait for me. Excuse me, me. Oh, no, where is it? There.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was funny. Anyway, so we proceed to the hologram projection suite. What is he? Oh, that's right. Rimmer. He suddenly becomes the ship's psychiatrist. His personality gets corrupted again, and he turns into Brannigan, the ship's psychiatrist, and he starts going, "Oh, that's so lovely. That means so well." And it's one of those sort of
shuttle is late, so they're normally so good, aren't they?
They're normally so good, aren't they? They're normally so good. And it's like it's a typical sort of, not like an American psychiatrist character. Yep. It's like some bimbling old bloke who is way too nice and probably Irish. Yeah. And oh, they're so nice though, aren't they? You should be so nice, Father. I hear you're a racist now, Father. That kind of thing.
You're racist.
He turns temporarily into Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted, basically.
Right. And the great thing about this is this is exemplifying the whole thing about how he is not a man anymore. He's
not
quite
himself.
Literally. He is such a machine.
He spends the whole episode getting ridiculed by machines.
Yeah.
Constant. Yeah, you're right, actually, John. You're right. There's a solid through line that as soon as he says man is better than machine, he spends the rest of the episode getting abused by the fact that he is not a man, he is supported by machinery. So yeah, fair enough.
Just another
so
thing
anyway,
to fuck with his idiotic comments.
Anyway, we proceed on, and we're here now in the drive room, which is on fire. Fire extinguishers everywhere, and also everything that Holly says or Lister says, Rimmer immediately repeats. And of course, this is just an opportunity to have Chris Barry use his fucking legendary impression skills. That is what made him his career before he joined Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
And so Holly's like, just need to pass the child relays, and then Chris Barry goes, just need to pass the child relays. But how'd you do that, Hole? But how'd you do that, Hole? Yeah. So literally
Fucking
every
brilliant
word. That's his impression of Holly. You can hear it even without hearing it. How'd you do that, Hole? But how'd you do that, Hole? And then
and the accent also.
He just flips between them. He's a very good
He
impressionist.
does it with his facial movements.
That's right. Just bypass that one. The trigger switch is over there, and he copies it verbatim. It's no wonder that if you listen to the audio books of the actual Red Dwarf books, they're all read by Chris Barry, because Chris Barry, with the possible exception of the cat, he doesn't quite nail the cat quite right. But his Lister and his Holly are fucking, and his Crichton are spot on. So he can read all of the parts, and narrate the story. So one man show, and it's fantastic. And honestly, I was listening to them the day my daughter was born because I was just desperate for something to take my attention away. So I was listening to Chris Barry reading Red Dwarf Infinity Welcomes Careful Drivers, and I ended up listening to the whole bloody thing because it went on for so fucking long, and obviously ended up the way it ended up with pneumonia and the ICU and all that shit. But the whole time I just was picturing the scenes in my head and hearing the words coming out of the faces of the characters, and you couldn't tell a bloody difference, honestly. Like, he's so good at impersonating other people, especially these guys who he spent years with. So fucking quality. Anyway, every bit of advice that Holly gives eventually fucks up. He says, what about this one? Oh, yeah, it connects to the white cable. Lister connects to the white cable, immediately gets a colossal electric shock and gets flung through the air, which is the first time we've had an actual, honest-to-goodness action sequence in Red Dwarf. Well, maybe apart from Confidence taking his helmet off in the first series. But, yeah, and that was actually Craig Charles did that with a little trampoline, and he took it, and he landed on nothing. He landed on the ground and rolled. So a lot of people thought he was pretty cool for that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the yellow cable. Yes, it's supposed to be the yellow cable.
At this point, I think he's really fucking with them.
I don't think so. I think, well, no, I don't think he's fucking with them.
No, because from here on out,
I think he's just having a really bad day.
Well,
like, why would he set this up?
I don't think he necessarily set it up, but Queeg shows up here in just a moment. But not only is Rimmer giving him shit, but at this moment that Lister just got flung through the air. Now he's kind of like, because
now no one can argue Holly is useless. So he's either set up the idea that he's useless as a way to spring them with this elaborate Queeg thing, or
I think
he's just having a brain fart day, and at the moment, at the end of this scene, he gets so fucking pissed off with them that he decides to do it to fuck with them. Which is the way I've always interpreted it.
Right. And there is something to that, because when they ask him the square root of the number, he's like, it may take me a little bit of time. So I think
that's at the end.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things that are going on, because I think that Rimmer's doing all of his bullshit. And it gets proven throughout this episode that he is lesser than men and he's lesser than machines. He's composed of light, and he can't do anything for himself. He relies on Holly to even exist. He relies on,
and he's worried
Lister
because Holly is proving to be incompetent.
Right.
Yeah. So Holly says, "You are a total," and then he says, "Actually, there's not even a word invented for what you are, but you are a total one."
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. And
whatever it is, you are definitely one, and
a word
total,
is yet to
total
be
one.
invented, but whatever it is, you are one, and a complete
Total one. That's it. Yeah. So anyway, no sooner has this scene happened than who appears on the screen but Queeg. So I reckon my way of interpreting it since I was a kid was this little you've gone too far this time, Holly. You're a total whatever. That's the moment where he sits there because you can see the look on his face. He ain't impressed at all. It's at this moment that he decides, all right, you assholes, you're going to treat me like a piece of shit. Well, I'm going to fuck with you in a way you've never been fucked with before, and you're going to learn to respect me.
Right. And I think that's the thing is like he's used to Rimmer kind of being a dick.
Not like this though. This is different. This is like you're not fit for your job, you know.
Right. And but that's the thing is like I think at first he was just like he's always going to fuck with Rimmer. Always gonna fuck with Rimmer.
Oh, he changed his hair, changed his arm, you know.
Right. But in this moment when they're in the control room and now Lister's
Lister
is giving him shit too. Now I think it flipped like a switch. He's like, oh, you want to fuck you want to
all of you are turning on me now. You will be fucked without me. Let's see how you like it. If I and we don't want to spoil the episode for anyone who hasn't seen it, although everyone has seen it. But some people actually in the chat have been saying they've missed odd episodes that we've covered. So Holly's had enough. He's no use and he's absolutely useless. So suddenly on the screen appears Queeg, and Queeg 500 is here to basically sort it out. And here's something I love, right? I love this about this episode. It's so tacky, and I mean it tacky. It's beautiful. But these dickheads actually had Norman Lovett film 45 degrees to the side.
Yeah.
So that he's looking at Queeg. Even though you're looking at a picture of him.
Attention to detail, man. Attention, like that's
I think that's
visual storytelling.
God, that's shit, man. Like, I've seen other shows and stuff do
it
that.
helps with immersion a lot.
It's deliberately tacky. I feel like they did it deliberately to be tacky because it's so lame. Like it should just be two faces facing forward arguing with each other, but they've done it just to fuck with you. But anyway, whatever. So he says this is mutiny.
It's also good visual storytelling because it's like
yeah, of course.
It helps with immersion.
Queeg says that Holly has proven that he's completely incompetent. He's guilty of gross negligence. And that he's assuming control of the ship. And Holly says, "This is mutiny, Mr. Queeg. I'll see you hang from the highest gallows in whatever for this." And then they say, "What are you talking about? Holly's our computer. He's got an IQ of 6,000." And Queeg says, "No,
he gets all this information from a book.
It has a 6 in it." And then they say, "What is it?" And he says 6.
Yeah.
He says 6. He says he gets all his astro navigation information from the Junior Encyclopedia of Space. It's the only one that has pictures.
It's a good
just want to bring it back a little bit. Like the explanation for an IQ 6, that's a poor IQ for a glass of water.
That's right. He does say that. Yeah. That's what Ollie says.
I love these lines. Like British humor is that.
No one's better at delivering lines like that than Norman Lovett. He's the king of delivering lines like that. And he also says, and it's just a stupid football reference, but he goes, "That is a load of Tottenham. That is a steaming pile of Hotspur. A steaming pile of Hotspur, that is." Which, if you know anything about football teams, there's a London football club called Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, they're in the Premier League, you know, along with like Arsenal and Chelsea and Man United and all of them. Although Man United are going to go out soon, pretty much, which is weird because they used to be the best club in the world.
Yep,
that's my dad's team. But anyway, the idea that he says, and I always like to say that because I fucking hate Tottenham, because I'm a Man United guy, because of my dad. So I always, that's a load of Tottenham. What a steaming pile of Hotspur. Anyway, so whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. Holly gets soundly embarrassed. No one springs to his defense. They all go, "Oh, that explains it. That explains why everything's wrong." Turns out they've been going around in circles for 14 months. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's useless. And now they're under the totalitarian fascist regime of Queeg 500, who has no sympathy or tolerance for them whatsoever and is going to run this ship with an iron fist. So,
By the book.
Yeah, pops on the
think
screen.
That's kind of a clue, though, because Queeg 500, because Holly didn't have a number. He wasn't like Holly 400 or anything.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little clue that Queeg's not really real, that they just snuck in there.
No, I don't know. I haven't finished the episode yet.
we already talked about it before we started when you were away.
Did you?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe Queeg 500 is the reason. I don't know. Don't know what the reason is for it. I think it's to make him sound better than Holly. That's basically it. But anyway, here he is. He's giving him the ship's time. The ship time is blah blah blah, and I think Lister flips him off. Yeah, that's right. Rimmer walks in. Captain Smug Git of the universe absolutely loves it. Says, "Oh, things are going to be better now, aren't they? Much better now. We don't have to deal with that idiot Holly anymore. Now we can." Now the Scutter, he's been put on night watchman duty. That's right. And now the Scutters are actually working, and it's all good in the hood. Anyway, it's a little argument,
Fire
really.
extinguisher work.
Fire extinguishers work. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, it's a whole big argument about like how Holly's a living thing and has feelings, and it's cruel to have a machine with a personality. But anyway, there's a joke in there too somewhere, isn't there?
Oh yeah, well I mean,
shoes have souls. That's it. Shoes have souls.
Oh,
Shoes with artificial intelligence that would always get you home. Except eventually they wanted to go see the world, so his mate woke up in like Bangkok or somewhere after his shoes decided to go for a trip and take him with them because they wanted to see the world. And then Lister says, "Oh, it turns out actually that shoes have souls." And and Grimmer's like, "Oh, what a tragic story." He's completely fallen for it. And he says, "Wait a minute. How did they open the car door?" He hasn't clocked that he's been completely bullshitted by Lister, which is that's another one of those little stand-up bits.
But it's also another subtle joke as to the nature of the thing that's going on. Like, machines wanted to see the world. They wanted to took the guy for a ride, so to speak. And the machine is taking them all for a ride. I mean, there is so many like just little subtle kind of nuanced jokes in this that upon second viewing, third viewing, once you actually know the whole premise of what's going on, it's actually an even better episode. It's good. It's good first watch through, but when you actually realize that, to some degree that Holly is, taking them for a ride, quite literally, and for his own amusement, it's even so much better, I think.
Yeah, because you start to realize more and more things that you missed. But also, I like that how, especially the smart shoes bit was like, I was watching that and I was like, yeah, we're kind of on that way here right now. We're really.
I don't know what the fuck just happened there. My internet just shut the bed.
Your will has doubled.
That was strange because you froze and then another you appeared underneath.
Yeah, that's what always happens when StreamYard fucks up. We better get through this as quick as possible. So 6 a.m. and Queeg wakes up Rimmer and forces him to do a bunch of star jumps.
I love as he's like, Holly and I have an understanding.
Holly and I have an understanding. I tell him I want my alarm to wake me up at 6, but then he wakes me up around 10 with breakfast.
Yep.
He pretends to forget. That's right. So instead, he says, "Oh, I see we've reached an understanding. I scratch your back, you stick a knife in mine." I don't see how he scratched his back, but okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. He forces him into exercises. I think Lister wakes up. He makes him do sit-ups, and Lister has no mercy because Rimmer's being a world-class bitch at the moment. So he's like, "Yes, fight that flab." He's got him running a 3-mile jog, and you'll see at this point he faints. And then, he continues to run. The Queen continues to make him run, even though he's passed out. The cat can't get any food, and Lister's doing his teeth. Lister's brushing his teeth by doing this. I don't know what you want to call this. It's ultra slob You know,
A money
he doesn't
shot.
even use a toothbrush. He doesn't even use a fucking toothbrush. He just wipes his mouth. Anyway, there you go. There's Rimmer still running while unconscious. He finishes his jog. Queeg's got no time for it. Doesn't give a fuck. The cat
he passed
shows
out
up.
about half a mile in, and he had to do another 2.5 miles.
That's
passed
right.
out.
And when Rimmer does wake up, he's like, "Lister, help me! This guy's a piece of shit." And then he with all his strength, flips him off. There's a lot of V sides in this series, isn't there? So there we go. So Rimmer's now shagged out as fuck. Cat can't get food. Lister
Something
asks
about
why
not
they
having
can't get food.
credits.
He says, "You don't have any credits. You're supposed to work now. If you want to eat, you will work." Cat says, "No, I won't. I'm a cat. How am I supposed to work? If I don't have 7 or 8 naps a day, I won't have the energy for my main evening snooze." Which is so cat. There they are working together. Cat's having to wear blue overalls, which he despises. He also says the work is fucking up his fingers. Lister says, "Wear the gloves." He says, "Are you crazy? Marigold with blue." So I don't know why that's bad. It looks fine to me. You know, you've got a job to do. Holly shows up.
For the X-Men.
Now he's got his flat cap and his fucking little tweed scarf or whatever that is, gingham scarf. You know, as the night watchman, he says, "Who goes there, friend or foe?" Then he roasts both of them for not getting his back or defending him. Rimmer runs past against his will because clearly he didn't manage to do his revision that the Queeg ordered him to do. So now he has to run another 5 miles. So there he is. He runs past and all he says is, "I agree." Basically that we miss you, Holly. We wish you were back. Holly gets some, like, watch the episode, guys. Holly gets some real digs in here, like, "Oh yeah, my friends really had my back, didn't they? What did you say?" You said that explains everything, you know. And there's a lot. Norman Lovett gets this episode, which is nice. And then
he lifts up the book. He lifts up the book.
Ask me any question. He says, "All right, what's the closest planet to the sun?" Actually, he asks him a maths question. He asks him square root of 2049. And then he says, "Oh, you really want a math question? How about a sports question?" And he says, "I don't care, Holly. I trust you. It's fine." "Well, how about a space question?" "All right, what's the closest planet to the sun?" He's like, "Oh, right. Well, given the way that the world usually is, get your average, you know, planet next to your garden variety sun, the closest one would be," and then of course he consults the Junior Encyclopedia of Space, which, as you know, and we all know, if you've spoiled it already, is him roasting himself to convince them that he's still fucking useless because he wants to make damn sure that he's got their confidence back. So he says, "Am I fully restored in your confidence as the dude for the gig?" They say yes. He says, "I'll be in touch." Then they to motivate themselves to continue working, they say pretend it's Queeg's face, so they spit on the ground and start wiping. Right, so we're into the showdown now then. And Lister has got 1 pea on toast.
A pea on toast.
A pea on toast. And then when he tries to cut pings off across the floor, and he goes, "I've lost me pea." It's my pea. I earned it. I earned it.
I don't care where it is, and then it ends up being in the in his sock.
I don't care. It's my pea. I want.
Will's having
he's gone.
issues.
I want the pea back.
Yeah, but yeah, like he says how much he wants. He doesn't care where it lands until Rimmer goes and mentions that it's in his sock hamper, basically his dirty sock hamper. He's just like, and at that, when he has to think about why his crusty socks are his crusty socks, he decides, no, never mind, it's not worth it. But yeah, no, there's some great stuff going on here. Like I say, the episode, I think, works even better once you actually realize, you know, on the second, third, fourth viewings, it's even so much better because of the rich detail and all that nuanced writings there.
Oh
yeah, and because they're doing a very good job not making
to give it away
obvious. Yeah,
like, and it works. I mean, the first time I saw it, I never fell for it. I did fall for it. I did completely fall for it. Like, I didn't know there was anything up at all. Anyway, here we are. Queeg is now ordering Rimmer to do extreme complicated computations that he doesn't know how to do. The other two are having
cute.
And here comes Holly, and he's what's the fucking song that he's got? Do Not Forsake Me, or something like that. He's like, do not forsake me, oh my lover. And he's like, for I must face a man who hates me, or lie down in my grave.
Yeah, no, like I said, this episode, the subtleties, man, so rich in detail, and it firmly establishes just how awesome and amazing Holly is. Like, you know, it does prove his high intellect and his 6,000 IQ. I think is well established throughout this.
It's actually pretty, yeah.
He's brilliant.
I love the tackiness of like the mobile thing for the TV. It's exactly like the ones that we had at school.
Mm-hmm.
The ones for school presentations, yeah.
I am wondering, we do have to get through this thing quickly whenever Will gets back, if he gets back. There we are, 2 Wills again. Will of the Wills.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fuck is happening?
Are you having like a storm or some shit, or they just cut
I don't know what it is. It's just
it's fighting against you. I had the same. Like, yesterday I couldn't stream because I had massive issues with my internet.
Did you piss off Holly?
It's turned out that it was all all along.
Yeah, the StreamYard is not pleased. Will respect
StreamYard AI, and we done fucked up.
Yeah, I think as soon as Will gets back, we'll probably have to pick this up next week because I think he's frozen yet again.
Yep.
So this is, I think,
there's something up there.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. Like maybe we should just start working on our outros already, so we can just help move this thing along. And I do apologize, everybody. Tech issues, unfortunately, they do happen.
Yeah,
that is the nature of these things.
It's out of our hands.
Yeah. But I know you gotta go soon too, Helzo. So I guess that kind of is not a terrible thing. So what you got going on?
No worries. Hopefully more streaming and less issues of my own. But we are having some real life stuff happening with a rescue cat that we're now we rescued it, me and my wife, from the brink of just going away. They were not sure that he was going to survive the night, but he's now doing golden, and we're looking for a forever home. And today I had a very nice stream that's going to help with additional fees and stuff like that for the vets, because that's one of the things that I'm having on my channel. And I'm planning on doing more streams, more videos, and just showcasing stuff like that, because I think we need to be more I think people are always going to be good enough to do stuff like that, and if more people are aware of these things, they're just gonna be more active. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Same thing, and hopefully with more intensity.
Nice. What do you got going on there, Rhoda?
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're already on it.
Yeah,
thanks. We'll finish this. We'll finish this next week. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but go on.
Yeah, sure. No, it happens. Well, like I say, now I've actually got all my stuff working again. I'm going to experiment with different times of day to do various streams. Particularly tomorrow, I'm going to try and do my Mario stream earlier than I'd normally do it. Work on some more music videos, and hopefully see you guys on Tuesday.
Indeed. Yeah, and I guess we do have one more super chat after I get finished. You guys, later today, I'll be with Toasty, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. With her throughout the week, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Of course, I'm here with Will, same time, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And the Week in Culture we do on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Again, apologies for tech issues. Been a great show, though, despite all that. Always great hanging out with you guys. That said, though, safe travels ahead. Wonderful week going forward. Of course, be awesome as always. And yeah, there's one more super chat.
Yeah, there is. It's from Fantastically Amazingly Brilliant. Amazing job, by the way. Thank you so much for the support. Says, I'm sure Lister would have been more willing to brush his teeth if he had Vindaloo flavored toothpaste. He's so obsessed with curry. You're probably fucking right. It's established fact that he only has 1 or 2 working taste buds, depending on which episode you go with. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it.
Be a joke for the next episode as well.
What the fuck's going on with my internet? It might cut out at any minute. So I'm just going to end the stream right now. No credits or anything. I'm so sorry, guys. We'll figure this fucking thing out. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm going to complain to the company tomorrow, of course. Meanwhile, since I've got you... Okay. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Yes, like, it happened again.
Like a light went off somewhere in the room, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Sardoc, DramaticaLaur, TJAP Steve, Smegheads, uafomega, Rufus Grimm, and of course, TJAP Steve again, and Fantastically Amazingly Brilliant so many times. Thank you all. Love you very much. I'm sorry this is the way it's got to go, but I don't know when. If I don't log out now, I don't know when I'll be able to.
Right.
So we got to go. We'll catch you next
this
week.
episode. And,
yeah, go watch the rest of Series 2 and listen to us talk about it.
Yeah.
And the beginning of Series 3 next week.
And if you need to get a hold of it, get a hold of me.
Yep. Or me. I got
Cheers.
it all. Take care. See you next time.